stream. Wait for it to say online. Why is it doing that one? Yo Flows, how's it all going? I hope you're all doing well. It's good to see you. Sorry I started so late. Was running a bit late because literally a half an hour before we were supposed to stream, I was going to have a 4-hour stream. They decided to change the schedule, the power schedule. So it was supposed to be a 4-hour stream, and then they decided, no, you know what? Stuff you guys, let's put the power back off. So yeah.
Oh, good.
But it's good to be here. It's good to see you guys. Thank you all for coming. Glad you guys could make it. Sorry that I kept you all waiting. It's good to be here. How are you guys all doing today?
Oh, good, mate.
Good.
Oh, good. Can I just say to Aaron, dude, that was a joke. I don't know what Phil Bell was going through. Someone mentioned about him being in some chat in a soccer account as a woman. So I said he probably is a woman with an emoji. It's a joke, and you can't talk about anybody being unchristian when you're not a Christian. It was a joke. Christians can have a joke, you know.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, right. Thank you.
But anyway, it's good to see you guys. We've got Dislord, Jeff Conkle, PJ Cruikshank, and Ryan S. in. How's it going? I must say, Ryan, your logo is looking very good. What's going on there?
I thought I'd put my face in there and thought I'd join in.
I love it.
I hope you approve. I hope that didn't upset you.
I like it. No, I like it. Imagine.
I think it's hilarious.
All the Flatzoids around.
Well, I don't want to put my face on one of those. It'll scare everyone away.
I think it will look cool.
Well, mine.
Well, it will be mostly be it.
I think it looks cool. So anyway, sorry, the votes on here are 4 hours for Globus to show the evidence. Well, yeah, it's not 4 hours anymore, unfortunately, but good to see that at least 72% say yes. And then we got everybody in. I'll just say hi to everybody quickly. LJ, good to see you. Ryan S, thank you for coming. Michael Khan obviously went to sleep. Thank you for being here. Underground Tunnels, hello. Groovy, thank you for coming. Who else did I see there? Johnny Doe, thanks for coming, mate. Glad you could make it. It's good to see you too. Moving Rider. Alan Norstrand, what's up? Dwight Snow. Dwight Scroot. I always just say Dwight. I keep butchering his surname, but it's good to see you, Dwight. Thank you for coming. Richard G, it's always good to see you too. Kenny West, hello. Morning to you. Jonah Edwards, what up, mate? Glad you could make it. Glenn Sells, thank you for being here, my mate. Good to see you. My perspective, glad you could make it. And Carl Apple, what's up, man? And Victoria, hello.
Hi.
It's good to see you. Paula, thank you for coming. Barry Ross, thank you for coming. Wow, there's a lot of names tonight. That's a good thing.
Hi, Paula.
Debatable D, Jeff Gassett, and Jeff Conkle, as you said, and me and you too, Effie. Good to see you too. Wow. Okay, a lot of names.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think of my new intro?
Yeah, it's good. I was just thinking. I was watching. I was listening to it, and it didn't click for a minute, and I realised you got a countdown and that. As well. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Just a little quick 30-second one. I just want to see it, try and change it a bit, try and change things around a touch. You know what I mean? Don't want it to be the same all the time. I just want to maybe get some boring. So I thought, yeah, let's change around a bit. I've even changed my layout a bit on the OBS as well. So hopefully that's also going to make a bit of a difference. But it's good to see everybody here.
No, Aaron, I wasn't being aggressive at all. I was just telling you because of what you said in chat. There was no aggression on my part whatsoever.
And we got two wolves in that just jumped in now, and then we got Dislord's clone, 21 Truth. Okay.
How do I edit the name? I'll figure it out, but I don't know on. Oh yeah, okay. Settings, yeah.
Yeah, Dislow's been going mental in the Photoshop. I think he works for NASA.
No.
But you know what I like? What you know what I like about this Lord doing this though? He's showing the that it's very easy to do artificial intelligence CGI very quickly. It's not. It doesn't take ages, as the anti-flat earthers want you to believe. That's as easy as that.
Mm-hmm.
It's all down to a few clicks. You know, it's not many clicks. Even if it's video, you can do it with only a few clicks. It's mostly they're done for you. You know.
Yeah. Exactly.
You just have to edit a little bit sometimes if it puts the hair wrong, like I did before with the picture in the chat with PJ.
Or my eyes
you
look
just
a little
have to
crossed.
cut out that piece. Huh?
I think my eyes look a little crossed in that one.
Yeah, I can't really do much about that, you know. Then I need another picture.
But that
to
definitely
use.
makes it more funny and it makes it more original. I like it. I'm gonna leave it that way.
Some pictures doesn't add on so good, so if you have a couple of pictures, it's better to choose. You know, you can mix them together and stuff.
Hey Spuddy, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. So, I don't know if you guys saw, Execrate made another video for me.
Oh, nice.
The guy,
I saw.
you saw what the. Let's actually look it up. Yeah, this is in this one.
There wasn't much to it, but yeah, at first it took me a while to figure out what exactly he was like
I think that's
pointing out, and then okay, I get it.
Hey Skeptic 96, good to see you. Anyway, Flatzoid is a demonstratable line and deceiver. Execrated.
How dare you, Flatzoid?
So yeah, guys.
Did you say desecrated or?
Execrated. So this is actually a very, very hectic thing to say. But look at what he says. Do not read the word stationary earth. Can you give me a book, chapter, and verse so that I can? Yeah, sure. There's a lot of scriptures in the Bible that talks about the earth being steadfast, immovable, aka stationary, correct?
Yep, there is.
How about Psalms 104 verse 5? Earth shall not be shaken. Or how about, were you there when I created the foundations? Are foundations...
Well, this goes back to...
Do foundations
I was just going to say, this goes...
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
If foundations move, then our buildings are in for a big surprise. You know what I mean? They just fall, wouldn't they? No, foundations need to be steadfast, firm, solid.
Yep.
Who's gonna say what?
But anyway.
And I think this is a part where someone says it doesn't say the word stationary, like the actual exact word. And I think that's just so stupid that people just dwell on, oh, it didn't say the exact word stationary, but when you say it can't be moved, which means the same thing as stationary, come on. Like, people are so ignorant.
But you see, that's the dishonesty of these people.
Yep.
Because you don't read the word in English translation stationary, therefore, oh, the Bible doesn't say it's stationary. I'm sorry. If I say I'll throw you like a ball, am I calling you a sphere, or am I explaining I'm going to throw you as if a spherical ball?
Yeah.
But now, because I don't say sphere, does that mean it's not a sphere?
And if you give the exact definition of stationary without saying stationary, don't you say stationary anyway then?
Exactly. But I mean, this is the idiocy you get from these people. I'll rather say dishonesty, because just because it's explicitly in English translations, it doesn't say stationary, but it says immovable, firm, steadfast. That all means stationary. Okay? There's different ways to explain the word stationary. That doesn't mean it doesn't say it's stationary. Now, I also want to ask Execrate, just because the English translations don't exactly say flat, okay? Does he believe the Bible says the earth is flat? Because he's a flat earther, supposed to be, remember? Now, when it explains the earth pressed in like a clay seal and with upturned edges, that talks about it as flat. But does it say the word flat?
refute flat Earth. I mean, the show's called it like globe. Where is the evidence? It's not about evidence for flat Earth, but there's plenty of it, and there's no evidence for the globe, as you know.
Yeah, but you understand what I'm saying. So the guy is so dishonest. He doesn't understand just because he doesn't say the word stationary exactly. That means everything that explains it's stationary means it's not. Maybe the guy can't read.
It's as if because you said a different word that means the same thing that you're wrong. That's what they're trying to do.
Exactly. But let's just maybe watch some of his video and see what he actually says.
How you translate it, that's what it says.
See how you translate it, that's what it says. Uh-oh.
If you are honest with yourself, you would agree with that, even if you don't believe in the Bible. That's what it teaches.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I look at people like an execrate knob from Daltards.
Oh, by the way, I want to say shout out to Execrate for actually watching my content. Note that what he's just put up.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah?
I was gonna say that is pretty cool that he actually watched it. That's cool.
But I mean, it's sad though, because the guy, you just heard everything I just said. So what's in context? The Bible explains it as stationary. Okay? That's what the Bible explains it as. A flat stationary plane. Here, a so-called flat earther that is supposed to be a Christian, that's supposed to be a Bible-believing Christian, the guy that wants to slag the Bible off, wants to come and tell us, no, the Bible doesn't say it's stationary. Really weird. You know why that is, guys? Because he's part of a cult that believes the earth is accelerating into nothing. That's why.
He reads stationary, the word stationary, and says that's not what it means in the Bible. Yeah.
Wow.
It's not how you translate it, that's what it says. If you are honest with yourself, you would agree with that, even if you don't believe in the Bible.
See what I'm saying? Now he looks for the word stationary. Should we look up some scriptures about stationary?
Yeah.
About why it's in the Bible?
You only looked up King James Version, and you didn't look up anything else.
What about Hebrew cosmology? Did they look up what the words are, what means stationary in Hebrew? Anyway, LJ, thank you very much for your $2 super chat, mate. Really, really appreciate it. He says, Globies got angry during Q&A in yesterday's debate. I can imagine. By the way, guys, that debate, I literally just got in bed and I got they emailed me. They wanted me to be on that debate last night.
Oh.
But I was already in bed. So this morning I woke up like, oh, I got an email. Because the email's like, oh, is it possible to quickly fill in? It's in 3 hours time. But it was too late. I was asleep already. So, but yeah, I hear the Globies really suffered with that debate.
Nice.
But anyway, let's look. Scriptures about Earth stationary. There we go. 11 Bible. How about, let's go 11 or 15? Which one should we go to? Okay, that's fine. Let's go to fixed and immovable. Last time I checked, fixed and immovable means stationary, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Psalms 104 verse 5. He established the earth upon its foundations. Would that be movable?
No.
So that it should not totter forever and ever.
Should not totter.
And
totter means to move from side to side, doesn't it? You know what I mean? So it means it doesn't at all.
Pretty descriptive if you ask me.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 Chronicles 16:30. Tremble before him all the earth. Indeed, the world is firmly established. It will not be moved.
Doesn't that mean stationary?
It's
Weird.
Well, it doesn't say that, but I mean, it kind of points at it.
Okay, Psalm 33 is more a command, and it stood fast. But that wasn't about the earth specifically. What I liked about that is because it's specifically about the earth. About the earth and its foundations.
Yeah. Can I just say to refute flat Earth? We don't say the Bible is a science textbook for flat Earth. We just say it supports and teaches flat Earth. We don't say it's a textbook for it.
Yeah, exactly. Or Isaiah 45 verse 18. For thus says the Lord, who created the heavens. He is the God who formed the earth and made it. He established it and did not create it waste place, but formed it to be inhabited. I am the Lord. There is no one else. Okay, how about this one? Zechariah 1:11. So they answered the angel of the Lord who was standing among the myrtle trees and said, we have patrolled the earth, and behold, all the earth is peaceful and quiet. That's just beautiful.
I really like that one. That's one that you don't really see up there.
Or Hebrews 11:10. For he was looking for the city which has foundations, whose architect and builders is God. That's just nice.
It compares it to a house. Wow.
And 2 Peter 3:5. For when they maintain this, it escapes their notice, and the word of God in the heavens existed long ago, and the earth was formed out of water and by water. That's just interesting. But anyway, yeah, there's a lot of scripture which can show this.
Water.
So thank you very much for your $2 super chat, Skeptic. You rock, man. Really appreciate it. He says, any of you Muppets got glow proof? You do know that it's kind of like swearing. When you ask stuff like that.
What's a Muppet? Is that Jim Henson thing?
Muppet.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
Muppet just means you're an idiot.
Muppet. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I figured that was.
Yeah.
Well, it also means that they're a puppet and they're socks.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay.
Wow, that's the lowest rate.
So I'm just going to go back to...
You're a sucky puppet.
So before we finish off with this execrate idiot, I'm just going to say, Psalms 104 verse 5 to 6, he set the earth on its foundations, it can never be moved. You covered it with his garment, the water stood above the mountains. So no, it's stationary, there's no movement of earth. Next. Okay, so there's execrate dealt with. Maybe the guy should change his name.
Sure.
Okay. Anybody else seen anybody give evidence for a globe yet?
No.
Maybe we should look for something. How a fluff ended flat Earth. You guys want to see that?
Yeah,
That sounds ridiculous.
This should be interesting.
Is that McToon, is it?
It's a beautiful
So then we know it's not going to be ending flat Earth then. Probably just a misrepresentation of what's being presented then.
If you guessed that they found something that totally confirms the Earth is a globe, you guessed right.
Wow.
Ben, who runs the YouTube
Taboo Conspiracy. I highly doubt he performed it a globe, mate.
channel Taboo Conspiracy thinks that the Earth is flat. Ben also regularly posts videos unwittingly debunking flat Earth.
What? When has he done that, guys? Have you guys seen videos from Taboo Conspiracy that shows it not to be flat?
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Never.
Pretty sure he doesn't just put things up there just because. I think he looks it over before he even just posts anything. It's not just randomness.
Yeah. So it's really weird. Because as far as I know, Ben is quite thorough when he checks his stuff. Especially because of that time with that, when one of the Globies acted as a pilot. You know, Flat Earth pilot and stuff, and then they were so proud of the Globers were so proud of it, saying, see, he never did his homework to find out if it actually was a pilot. Instead of realizing that all they did was deceive him and showed they're proud to deceive people to give false information. So no, they didn't give Taboo Conspiracy how can I say a bad name. They gave themselves a bad name because they just showed them they're willing to go deceive people to make it look like the guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
Recently, he posted a video claiming that the island of Crete was visible from Israel. but it was just clouds.
Oh, gosh.
You do know that just because they're saying it was just clouds doesn't mean it's just clouds, guys. Thank you, Lumpy Gats, for your $2 super chat. Taboo is ace. I 100% agree. Thank you very, very much for the super chat, mate. You rock.
Yep.
Okay, so I was thinking about this, okay? When they were saying, look, the island of Crete just shows it's clouds. No. What happens if we look at the equidistant map? Because as far as I know, they were looking at a globe-based map and saying, see, it doesn't align up, correct? Now, what happens if you use a IE map? Does it show it would be at a different location? It would be more to the right or more to the left, correct?
Yeah. They elongate a bit and turn around a bit to the right. Yeah.
So that is weird as well, but I will probably get to that now. Thank you again, $2 super chat. Skeptic really appreciates it. Says amen at Lumpy Gas in a Vacuum. Yes, 100%. Amen. Lumpy, you're right. Taboo is ace. Okay, let's see what he says further.
I pointed out that his video debunked Flat Earth at least 7 times. He later deleted his video. Then he posted a video claiming that you could see the peaks of the Alps from Wales over 700 miles away. Before I could even respond, several other people pointed out that the angular positions of the claimed mountains were all wrong. They were just clouds.
Several other people said.
So in other words, Globies say, hey mate, those are just clouds because it doesn't conform to what I'd say they should be and where they should be, so therefore they're just clouds. Correct?
It's the same story no matter what, and it's always like
It's a mirage.
Yeah, and then he's also gonna spout off that, oh, he pulled that video off. Well, he didn't pull it off because it was wrong. He pulled it off because the person that actually posted that photo asked him to take it off.
Exactly.
So he's a liar.
Sorry.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, he took it off because the original person of that video asked him to please take it off because he's getting harassed.
Yep,
The people don't get that flat earthers get harassed a lot by these anti-flat earth trolls.
Yep.
To points that people literally stop even talking about flat earth because it gets too much for them. But that's all the tactics they
that's
have.
kind of unfair.
Yeah, it's really bad. It's bully tactics, playground tactics. Hey Lumpy, thank you
I'm
very much.
glad to hear you say that.
Yeah. Thank you, Lumpy, for your $2 super chat again. I really appreciate it. Flats is ace, PJ is ace, Michael is ace, and FE is ace. No, you're ace, Lumpy. Thank you very, very much. And I agree, everybody else is ace too. And if you guys haven't already, please hit the likes, share the show. Really, really do appreciate all the support. You are all ace for being here. But yeah, that's the problem with these anti-flat earthers though. They don't get. They harass people constantly. Even me, I get harassed non-stop on emails. I get harassed non-stop on comments. I get harassed non-stop on other people's channels. I literally get channels created just to harass me. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah.
Gotten that bad, huh?
Yeah. The people create channels literally just to harass me. So, at least I got a thick skin. But it gets to a point where some people like, hang on, I just can't take this anymore. You know what I mean? So their bullying tactics causes people. Yeah, their bullying tactics now means, oh, they took it down, so therefore we won. The guy was wrong. No, just because you made a claim doesn't make it wrong. There's other reasons for this. Exactly, Real Nye. Gotta have your armor on Ephesians 6. Verse 10 to 18. Put on the armor of God. I 100% agree.
The whole armor, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see France where I live? In the middle of England? No, I can't see France where I'm in the Midlands. I'm nowhere near the sea. I can't see France.
Why would you expect to see it?
You wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't. Let me ask you one thing. Just based on angular size alone, would the Eiffel Tower be visible from your location?
No.
Exactly. So, what the hell? Yeah, exactly, David. I don't let them get to me. Like I said, I've got a thick skin.
Chuck Wagner is being tolerated at the minute. That's what tolerance is.
Let me put it this way. I take I take all the trolling and the nonsense these people spout to me. It gives me fuel. It's like fuel for my fire. I take negativity and I turn it into positivity. You know what I mean? I use it as fuel.
Then you gotta go get some fuel from my my private chat there.
I mean, let's look at
a global times you out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, what a sad life these people have. If they think
They do that, don't they?
if they think, oh, let's go and troll people, you know, channels of people that we don't have the same we don't agree about on them, but let's go and troll them and harass them. Like that makes them big. I don't know. Maybe it makes them feel better about themselves because they're so insecure with their religion. It's really sad, actually. Hey, Sovereign Soul, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. But yeah, let's look at what was that engineer that he had an ultimatum to leave his FE channel or lose his job.
Brian Mullen.
Brian Mullen. There we go. It got so bad that they literally had really? Phoning in his work and making threats that his boss had to
That's
tell
why all
him.
his videos disappeared off.
Yeah, that his boss had to give him an ultimatum to listen, yeah, mate, leave your FE nonsense
my
or
balls
get
out
a new
physics,
job.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Or get a different job. So what do you think the guy had to do? Well, he has a family to support, obviously, correct? So hang on.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I can't do the FE thing anymore.
First, man.
Not because I don't want to, but because I'm forced to, because I have a family to support. And what did we get from the anti-flat earth side? They were the ones that caused this, and they are proud of it. It's sad.
Yeah, that's pretty sad. That would be sad. That's all you got is, oh, look, I hurt their feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Again, he later deleted that video. Now Ben claims that photographs taken from the cockpit of an airplane don't match globe predictions.
They don't, because it keeps changing. They don't. It keeps
He
changing,
keeps
doesn't
saying
it?
Ben. Who's he talking about?
Taboo conspiracy. But I mean, it
Oh,
does,
that's right. My
but
bad.
it doesn't match the globe prediction because it keeps changing, correct? I thought these guys always talk about refraction and what happened to Neil deGrasse Tyson? He says based on their math, you're not supposed to see it at 200,000 feet. Does the airplane fly 200,000 feet?
No.
Not any that I know of.
No. So why would you expect to see curve at 30,000 feet? Well, we know what you see.
And if you did, it would be just an anomaly, right? It
Yeah.
would just be some kind of, you know,
But we know,
DI or whatever.
Yeah. Speaking on Neil deGrasse, you know, you don't have to show this on the show, but you know, this I just couldn't resist the other night, so I created this silly picture. Don't have to show it on the show. I'm just showing it to you guys now.
oh wow! Oh. Unfortunately, not allowed to show that.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
I couldn't resist.
But anyway, but like I said,
Yeah, you
that-
might want to remind everybody in the audience that we're human. You know, like we make mistakes, and sometimes we make fun of things that we don't understand or we're uncomfortable with. That's just how we are. That's how people are. You know, like we're allowed to do that.
I've just realized McToon has an earbell. Did you see that?
I've been telling you guys that he has someone typing in what to say in his ear. I've been saying that forever, and everybody always tells me that I'm paranoid.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Because he seems to be talking to somebody. Remember, I've been saying that. I've been asking, like, who's he talking to? His followers? Is he talking to his sidekick or what? Because it always seems like he's talking to somebody or he's trying to impress them. Like, you know, when he responds, he goes, oh, look what they're doing. You know, like as if somebody's right there with him talking to him.
Maybe
It's creepy.
Maybe he's got split order personality. A split personality disorder.
Split personality. I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know. I hope not. If that's the case, then I feel
Schizophrenia,
bad
yeah.
commenting on it.
I'm
Lumpy
just
Gas.
removing it again.
Lumpy Gas, thank you very
Because-
much. Yeah.
because if I don't, you can't go watch Flatzoid, you know, without showing the other one. So now it's gone.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Lumpy Gas back in for $5 per chat. Really appreciate it. He said, gaslighting, lying, using anti-logic, trolling, threatening, doxing are all CIA tactics to wear out opposition. This is truth, and all FE needs to remember. 100% agree. I agree with you, Lumpy. That's a true statement. Thank you very, very much. That is. It's just
I agree,
out there to wear people off. Rob Keane. I wear the same earbuds. Thank you, Rob Keane, for coming. Really appreciate it, mate. It's good to see you. Oh, wow. Bluetooth headphones, yeah.
Ben will delete that video too. Ben starts out by showing that he doesn't quite understand the dynamics of flight. No surprise for a flat earther.
If we lived on a ball, it's axiomatic that all aircraft must continually...
Do you know what axiomatic means, McToon? So he's talking about geometry. So he's not talking about flight dynamics here. He's talking about the geometry that the plane would have to follow. That's what he's talking about. Axioms. Axiomatic. Might be it's you that's not understanding with the argument.
Dip their noses to account for the curvature of the air.
Yes, according to the geometry, the plane would have to dip its nose.
Yeah.
That's according to the
But
geometry.
it always flies with a 3% angle towards.
If it didn't dip, if their model was true and it didn't dip, they'd end off, if it could, off in space. Do you know what I mean? If it kept going straight, it would need to dip to follow the curvature of the Earth. Surely. Otherwise,
Yeah, I would say absolutely. At least based on gyroscopic navigation, this is what they use, right?
But I mean, that's why I say the gyroscopes debunk a rotating, curving Earth. Because you've explained this before.
Yes, they do.
I'm going to do this again. Let's open paint. The Globies love paint so much.
Yeah.
Let's draw a runway. Okay? We got an airplane on the runway. Now, what do they do before they set off with the gyroscope? They set the gyroscope spinning.
They spin it.
So they got
And then they test their engines.
Yes, so they got their gyroscopes to give their horizontal and their vertical. Okay? What does a gyroscope do exactly? Keeps the plane a rigid plane.
Yeah.
So, plane of
Well,
reference.
it allows you to see where you're going in physical space, three-dimensional space.
Great.
Because it stays put, and then it measures the difference that the surrounding environment, inside of the gyroscope as it moves, like the plane itself moves. Gyroscope stays in place, and the differences is what tells you where you're at and
Yeah,
which
for the
angle
angle.
you're going.
Yeah, it works out the angle. So it works out this angle, which is at 90 degrees. So it knows the plane is at 90 degrees. Now, if the plane flies and it takes off, it is no longer a 90-degree angle. It takes off. Okay? Now, let's say it's flying and now it's leveled off again. Okay? It's staying level. It knows it's 90 degrees. Yeah. Now, notice when it's flying level, it usually has the nose up at about a 3-degree angle. 2.5 to 3-degree angle because of Bernoulli's principle. That's how the plane needs the wind to go through underneath the wings and all that, so it can stay a flight level.
Lift.
Yeah, so it creates lift.
Yeah, it's
exactly.
3 degrees, I believe. Yeah. That's what lift is. Yeah, 3 degrees.
Yeah, that's the angle of attack. So, while it's flying that angle, now, on a flat Earth this makes sense, correct? Because it's the plane is flying from point A to point B level.
Yeah.
Based on what the gyroscope
And stationary.
what the gyroscope was set to on the runway, that is what was showing 90 degrees straight through that whole thing. Okay, so while the plane was going up, it was reading a different angular reading, going down, blah blah blah, and it kept on going until it showed, okay, it got from A to B. That line that it referenced, that stayed horizontal. So that gyro stayed horizontal right through the flight. Now, let's take this onto a globe. Let's draw a globe quickly. We've got a globe here. We got the aeroplane.
That's a circle.
Sphere, whatever. Circle.
I'm sorry. I know it's obvious, but
that's a good one because they like saying circle. Anyway, we've got the gyro.
That's what they're gonna say.
Thank you, Lumpy Gassy, for another $2 super chat. Really appreciate it. It says all runways on Earth must be parallel. Exactly. Thank you very, very much, mate. Really appreciate the super chat. You rock. So, on a sphere, they globe, they circle. The gyro is set. Now, this would be point A. Let's say it's flying to point B. Which way is that gyro, the horizontal gyro, going to end when the plane gets here? Okay, let's put the gyro, the plane here. Let's quickly draw that line which stays in exactly the same horizontal. That would be the horizontal.
Yeah.
So in other words, the plane would be nose in the ground.
Yeah.
According to where it was on the top there. Okay?
Yep.
Do we see this? So in other words, the plane literally had to dip its nose thanks to the geometry of the globe. But it never did. Because what does the plane show? It always stayed
90 degrees, yeah.
A 2.5 to 3 degree nose tilt upwards to fly horizontal, to fly level.
Yeah.
So the guys ignoring the geometry doesn't make the flight dynamics wrong. The flight dynamics works on a stationary horizontal plane. And the gyroscopes prove this. That's flight dynamics for you.
Earth. If a commercial airline flies at 575 miles per hour, in just 10 minutes of flight, the airplane would have to drop approximately 6,123 feet to maintain level flight. That's a huge adjustment.
Simple geometry is not Ben's strength. Any middle schooler that successfully completed 8th grade science and math can correct Ben here. In order to maintain level flight on a globe, the plane needs to drop exactly 0 feet.
Yeah. How did you work that out, John?
Yeah, Skeptic, thank you very much. Yeah, guys, hit the likes, share the show. Really, really do appreciate it, mate. So, no, McToon, on a globe, it has to drop because you have different zenith angles on your globe. Get it? You have a zenith angle here when it starts here. You have a zenith angle there. Okay, this is not to the center, obviously. Another zenith angle. Get it? Get the picture? Diverging zenith angles. So if you're traveling in a level horizontal plane, even on your globe, it would have to drop. Now, they claim, oh, it's following the barometric pressure to keep level. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
But they're ignoring the gyro is not based on barometric. The gyro is what keeps its level. The gyro sets its level, not the barometric pressure. They maintain the barometric pressure to know their altitude. Okay? The altitude aligns with the already set horizontal gyro. So in other words, when they claim it doesn't drop on a globe, they are literally debunking the globe. A gyro debunks the globe. I don't know how much more clearer I can make it to this guy.
Level flight means not changing elevation. Dropping means changing elevation. There is an orientation change that happens to the plane, as Ben's diagram shows. Even his diagram, though, shows that the elevation from the surface does not change.
You see what I'm saying? They're going against barometric to know the altitude, but ignoring the set reference of the gyro. We want to look. Do you guys want to maybe see how the gyros work?
Yeah.
Oh, I think let's do that. Let's look how the gyros work on planes. Just for people like McToon. How a gyro works on a plane. Sorry about the adverts. Again, thanks all for coming. It's good to see you. Hey, Call for Zero, good to see you, mate. I don't think we'll ever get globe evidence, to be honest, and I don't think they'll ever present it to us, other than just trust me.
Yeah.
We should probably also state that the gyroscopic thing that we're about to show is for fair use, and we're gonna discuss the what's going on in here. So
yeah, we're discussing. Yeah, we're discussing
copyright strike.
Yeah, we're discussing the mechanics behind it, and the reason for this is to show the argument that it proves a flat Earth. So it's copyright.
For educational purposes.
It's educational purposes, exactly. So it's community section 12 on the community rights. We're allowed to do commentary on it. Okay. So altitude indicator, heading indicator,
and the turn coordinator.
And a turn coordinator.
These are considered gyroscopic instruments because each one relies upon a gyroscope to function.
See the altitude indicator as well, correct? And what did McToon talk about? Altitude, correct?
They can either be driven by air suction or electricity. These instruments provide the pilot with such things as their pitch, bank, yaw, and heading. Before we get into each instrument, let's talk about what a gyroscope or gyro is and how it works.
And you'll know. But the maths, Flatzoid, the maths.
It's right though.
Okay, this is going to explain it perfect. The gyro spins in a rigid frame of reference, okay? So no matter how you're going to turn it, that spinning reference will always stay in the same plane. So if the plane is flying and it's set horizontal, that gyro will always stay exactly the same. On that globe it would change. We don't see this happening. It would have a measured drop. It would show a measured angle reading change. It doesn't at all. Rob, can you invest in YouTube Premium? Maybe I should. The thing is, this is on my backup channel that I use on here, because if I use my main YouTube on Chrome, it buffers for some reason when I stream. So that's why I use it on Edge. Then I get no buffering, but I don't have ad block on you or anything.
In its simplest form, a gyro is a heavily weighted spinning disc that is able to maintain its position and orientation. Gyros operate based on two principles: rigidity in space and precession.
There we go.
Rigidity in space refers to a gyro's ability to remain in a fixed position in the plane in which it is spinning. By mounting the gyroscope on a set of gimbal rings, the gyro is able to rotate freely in any direction. Thus, if the gimbal ring rotates, the spinning gyro will remain in the same plane in which it was originally spinning.
There we go. That's the key word. Same plane in which it was originally spinning. So when they set the gyro spinning on the runway before they take off, it's set as at horizontal reference. So they know the altitude, as they said, the incline, correct? So the pitch and yaw. They're able to know, in other words, the orientation of the plane based on that horizontal reference. Even planes require horizontal datums to work. It's crazy.
The other property of the gyro is known as
Sorry? Go again?
Hard hat! Agent Hard Hat!
precession. Precession is the tilting or turning of a gyro in response to a force. For instance, a small force is applied to the gyro whenever...
Yep, exactly. This is the precession you get with a mechanical gyro and stuff, and then the globe says, see, it's earth spin. No, it's mechanical precession. It's got absolutely nothing to do with earth spin. If you have to turn the gyro in the opposite direction, the precession would change direction, because it's mechanical.
The airplane changes direction. However, instead of the gyro responding at the source of the force, as expected, the result will instead occur 90 degrees ahead of that point in the direction of rotation.
Weird how that works, eh? You know the right-hand rule? There we
It's
go.
the source of the force.
The force. Ooh, you see?
What this means to you is that sometimes the instruments may have some unwanted errors, such as a slow drifting and minor erroneous indications in the instruments. The good news is that all gyroscopic instruments have ways to either automatically or manually correct for this precession error.
It sounds like he's talking about a bad, sexually transmitted disease or something.
Charles Arnold said he used to work on inertial navigation systems. You got it all wrong. Do I have it all wrong? While the guy on screen is literally telling us from Euro Special VFR. That's weird.
It is very weird.
But you're more than happy to come in and correct us, Charles.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, my link to come in is in the description. On PJ, would you maybe post it for him? Sure, thanks, man. Be interesting to have someone who works with the navigation instruments, and then he can come and tell us how a rigid plane is not a rigid plane.
Yeah, I'm interested in how you can explain that.
Yeah.
I've changed the spelling of element, so it's all good, guys.
I still have to fix it. I haven't fixed it.
I've fixed it.
You're slacking, Flats.
I just keep forgetting. I keep forgetting.
Like me, you probably argue with your teachers and stuff too.
But I keep forgetting.
Instruments to work.
I fixed it.
Charles Arnold says you're not listening to him. No, I'm listening to him. The weird thing is I'm explaining what he's explaining before he explains it, correct? So in other words, if I say what I say and then he actually says what I said afterwards, even though I haven't watched him, that usually means it's validation to what I said. So that shows I know what I'm talking about then. Yeah. So Charles, like I said, there's the link up here. Click it and
makes you a prophet, I guess.
There we go. Come join the panel and talk to us. Charles, I'm more than happy to get corrected.
The gyros have to spin at a very high speed. As previously stated, the instruments can either be powered by air or electricity. For safety,
yeah, they usually got the vanes for the planes because it just works better with compressed air, so it just keeps it spinning.
It has the same kind of servo that one of those things that, what do they call that thing that swings back and forth? They claim shows the spin of the Earth. It has the same kind of servo in it. Yeah, pendulum. Same kind of servo as in a pendulum. It just keeps it spinning fast so that it doesn't actually change its direction. It just keeps it spinning constantly.
Exactly.
So that people don't get confused.
reasons, different instruments are powered by different sources so that if one source fails, the other source will still work.
Exactly. It's a fail-safe, in other words.
The attitude and heading indicators are typically powered by air, and the turn coordinator powered by electricity. The spinning of the gyros with air is accomplished not by blowing, but sucking air around it.
Yes, exactly. And also note, guys, this is done in an airtight container.
You know what's interesting about that is that I used to always think that sound, that whirring sound, was actually the jet part or the compressor spinning the jets, but it's not. It's actually the sound of the damn gyro spinning that makes all that noise.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, that's when it starts up, it's like...
Yes, it is. It's so weird, but I asked the pilot one time and they told me that, and I was like, no way, are you kidding me?
So the gyros are quite big then?
They just vibrate.
It depends on the plane, but yes.
Right.
Yeah, because a lot of the commercial planes, I think they have it on the top. So it actually vibrates. And remember, the plane's mostly made out of fiberglass, carbon fiber, and aluminium.
Right.
So it's you hear it, definitely. Lumpy Gas, thank you very much for your $2 super chat, mate. Really appreciate it. Says, this is the yaw of the plane. It needs to turn. Exactly. Thank you very much. And then, again, Skeptic as well for another $2 super chat. You're killing it, Lumpy. Exactly. Thank you very much. You guys rock. I appreciate all the support. Really, really do. You guys rock. Thank you. But yeah, exactly. The plane needs to turn. If it doesn't have the gyroscopic reference, it's not going to know where it's turning to. It needs to know so it can turn, so it knows which angle it has to bank, or which angle. Charles Arnold, you can hear the instruments. Yes, great. So when are you coming in, Charles? Because I'm still waiting for him to explain where we're wrong. And it would be great if he came in to do so. Hey, Mandela Effect, good to see you, man. Yeah.
A vacuum pump connected to and powered by the engine draws filtered air from the cabin.
Notice, guys, that this is contained. just to let the globies know. Hey, Professor Harvester, good to see you. Oh yeah, underground tunnels. Would you take a flying lesson and stream the video? I would love to. I'd love to learn how to fly. By the way, it's always been one of my dreams. It's just too damn expensive.
I'd like
my uncle is a pilot.
Wow. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, and he took me up flying in his helicopter. He had a Bell Jet Ranger. That was a lot of fun, and taught me how to fly the helicopter for a bit, but pretty much for free. So
that's cool.
Wow, but I'm sure a helicopter is more difficult than a plane, though.
Yeah,
it is, because you have your pedals on the floor, and then you have your collective and your stick and stuff, right? And yeah.
Okay.
But you still have a gyro in that one too, so I don't know.
Charles, busy doing the laundry at the laundromat. It's amazing how these guys always have excuses. They can listen to us, but they can't come talk.
But he said INS meant inertial navigation system rather than thinking better instrument, didn't we?
Okay.
Through the instruments, spinning the gyros, and then dumps out the air into the engine compartment. Let's look at some of the different instruments that use gyros. Attitude indicator.
Whoop whoop. There we go. This is for you, McToon. Attitude indicator.
Not altitude, but attitude.
Attitude. You see where the plane banks? You know,
they'll try to confuse you with those two words. Trust me.
Yeah, but I mean, this is when you know you're turning left or right. Correct?
I wonder how that works. Oh, it's a gyro?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so as soon as you turn, it moves. Oh, wow. It shows you that you're turning.
Underground Channel says we could crowdfund it on the channel, maybe. If someone could set up a crowdfunding, because I can't set up a crowdfunding in South Africa, unfortunately. The last one that did for the PC, Nathan had to do from his side. So yeah, if you guys want to set up a crowdfunding, I'm more than happy to do it. I've got a airfield right by me, so. But yeah, I would love to learn to fly. It's just too damn expensive. I'm not sure what that's going to show anyway. If that's going to change the fact that it's flat or globe. It would still show flat.
No, but it might give you some more insight on.
LJ says, Flatzoid, please check out the debate from yesterday. We can maybe check out from that after this, because you still got some time.
An attitude indicator is an instrument used to inform the pilot of the orientation or attitude of the aircraft relative to Earth. It indicates pitch, which is the fore and aft tilt.
Now remember, guys, this is from the gyroscopic reference, which is horizontal. This was set on the runway.
And bank or roll, which is the side-to-side tilt. Through the use of an artificial horizon and miniature airplane, the instrument depicts the position of the airplane in relation to the true horizon. This is especially useful when the natural horizon is obscured by...
It creates an artificial horizon. Exactly. Remember, this artificial horizon is set from the reference datum of it being...
Before you take off. Yeah, that way you don't get confused and you don't crash. And it does help, because if it didn't work and you crash, you really would.
Exactly.
Clouds, the visibility is poor, or when flying at night. Along the outer rim are tick marks to indicate bank at the 0, 10, 20, 30, 60, and 90 degrees angle.
Notice, guys, that's degrees.
It gives you your heading, yep.
Yep, and notice that's degrees, guys, based from a horizontal. You know, like you would have a protractor.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Also used too, because sometimes you visually can't see how your plane is oriented, so you need those instruments.
Yeah, I mean, look at the planes when they do barrel rolls, for instance. Sometimes they require, or a plane goes in a stall. Sometimes you literally require this instrumentation to know what orientation you are while you're falling, because you don't know if you're upside down, if you're upwards, you're left, right. You know what I mean? So the instrumentation...
Yeah, once you start spinning, your head goes... And you don't... Yeah, you can't figure it out yet.
Charles Arnold, the INS can't work on a flat Earth. It has to find Earth's rotational axis local... No, mate, you set your INS before you take off on a stationary runway.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, a lot of people, I guess, they think that you set it by GPS. No, GPS is just that's like within 3,000 feet or something. GPS? You know, it's not.
God. When you set your true north, when you set the true north, you set it manually, okay, based on a horizontal datum while on the runway.
That's why you see those planes pointing the noses in a weird direction, and you're like, why do they turn the plane and then stop and then sit there and move their flaps and all that? It's because they're setting that orientation.
Mm-hmm. This is not difficult stuff to understand.
And what did they do before GPS? Because GPS hasn't been around forever.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder.
What did the World War II pilots do?
Exactly.
I
guess they just flipped a coin at the beginning and said, I'm going to go this way, and maybe I get there, maybe I don't. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy.
Like why
I guess that's how all those planes got over here to Hawaii during World War II or whatever.
Yeah,
they would
got there
have
by fluke.
They
would
just turned in the right direction, so here, go that way.
You know? They would have every week or something, every day of every month, you know, planned that timed out, and they would have a map for every day, so they would end up the same place.
Exactly.
Bank. Degrees of pitch are located both above and below the artificial horizon in either 5 or 10 degree increments. At the top of the instrument is a small triangle that points to the correct bank angle the plane is in.
Mm-hmm.
The center of the miniature airplane lines up with the current pitch the plane is in. The gyro in this instrument spins around the
Look at the plane the gyro is spinning at, guys. Just pay close attention to this, globies. This is what sets your horizontal
vertical axis, meaning that the gyro rotates level with the horizon.
Whoa, what? No.
You're joking, huh?
How does it do that, I wonder?
Oh, wow. Hey, Mark, good to see you. Seeking Stillwater, good to see you too. Yeah, exactly. It spins level with the horizon. So that's why it's set when you're on the runway before takeoff. Now, what did we say on the globe, guys? Would your horizon change constantly? So you would have to follow the dip of the Earth. So you would be dipping your nose constantly to keep that.
This Charles guy is so lost.
Yeah.
Charles says, nope, the gyroscopes find true north through precession. You saw the guy literally doing corrections.
What?
You literally saw the guy.
Where did you get that from?
Should we go?
I'm trying to figure out where he got that info.
Well, but should we go
Does
back?
he not realize that? Okay, he's talking about some of these new INS digital systems, and he's saying like, you know what? The planes that they used to fly way back before all of this digital stuff that they have now, how the heck do you think that they got vertical and horizontal?
It's exactly the same principle, yeah.
Stupid gyroscopes. This is like, I think he's like retarded.
Yeah, I don't know, but this is insane. I mean, look at this. The guy's literally setting his correction for his true north on the runway. There we go. This is what he's doing. Why do you think he uses that chronometer for there? Micrometer. Look,
the good news is that all gyroscopic instruments have...
He's setting it. You get it? Because it has mechanical precession, not Earth's rotational precession, you ignorant moron. And this is why I laugh, because this guy's supposed to be claiming to be and working with the INS navigation systems. If you knew that, you would know it's the precession of the gyro itself, not Earth's rotation. The guy even explained it on here. Let's go back to this. Listen here. Oh, sorry guys, I went back.
Gyroscopic instruments. Degrees of pitch are located both above and below the miniature airplane lines up with the current pitch the plane is in. The gyro in this instrument spins around the vertical axis, meaning that the gyro rotates level with the horizon. The two gimbals holding the gyro allow the gyro to move freely and maintain its level orientation as the airplane maneuvers. Connections to the instrument face will then show the aircraft's attitude to the pilot. Note that if the airplane is experiencing an excessive pitch or bank, or if vacuum pump is not providing enough suction to spin the gyro, this instrument can read inaccurately.
Yep. That's why you have to have more than one instrument. And it helps to pay attention. We'll get there, LJ. Don't worry, we'll get there. I just want to finish this video. Because it's very important.
Heading.
I think we'll go longer on than just 2 hours tonight. I don't mind. So we can have a longer show. So don't stress, LJ.
Indicator. The heading indicator senses the airplane's movement and displays heading based on a 360-degree azimuth in 5-degree increments.
Azimuth, 360-degree azimuth. Another horizontal plane, guys.
The tick marks are labeled every 30 degrees, with the final 0 omitted. For example, the number 6 indicates a heading of 60 degrees. 21 indicates a heading of 210 degrees. The heading indicator does not have any built-in heading sensing ability, so at the start of every flight, after the engine is running, the pilot must realign the instrument to correct heading, referencing the aircraft's magnetic compass.
There we go. So not rotation of Earth then? So Charles showed to be either very ignorant or a liar. Correct? Or maybe both.
No, probably both.
Yeah. It's amazing how these trolls always come to, I've got a PhD in this or whatever. Okay, come on the show, correct me. Oh no, sorry, I can't. My babies are making a noise, or I got issues with my microphone, or I'm doing the laundry. You know what I mean?
But you still got time to tape. You know what I mean? If you got time to tape, you got time to talk. it's easier to talk than it is to tape. It's quicker.
It's crazy. I mean, don't you think it's weird how I'm saying something before this guy says it, and it's claimed that I'm wrong?
How dare you?
How dare I? How dare I say something before this guy says it and somehow I'm wrong? So this guy's wrong as well then?
It seems as if you were deluded at once too, and you remember what it was like.
The thing is, my dad was in the army, and I practically grew up on army bases my whole life. One of my best friends' dad was a pilot, so I was at the Air Force base a lot as well. Actually playing on their simulators as well. So I got to look at this jargon my whole life. It's really weird.
Right, I'm just gonna make a quick coffee.
I practically was part of the furniture at Swartkorps Air Base. Come on.
What are you gonna make it do?
Sorry?
Said it was gonna make a coffee. I was say, what are you gonna make it do?
Well, I was.
It's a really bad joke.
Inside, it's an insider.
I was gonna make a coffee, but Vicky decided to make it for me. I'll let her.
Wow, you're out of the doghouse this week.
Called inside.
Yeah, Charles. Again, what did they do in World War II, mate?
This?
It's like that's a thing. It just baffles me that they think that this technology has been around forever. Like gyros have been around for a very long time, but not this other digital stuff that they have now.
Yeah, but even their digital still relies on the gyros first. The digitals are secondary.
Yeah.
They just
it relies on them directly, or it relies on it being sent to the unit from an off-site location.
Yeah, it's just it's a secondary system. It's just there as in case. Electronic comes after the actual mechanic. Because the mechanic is...
Right, they use the lines that are under the ocean first, then they go to the microwave communications, and then they go from there.
Push in the knob on the lower left side of the instrument. This both disconnects the gyro from the compass card and aligns the gear of the knob with the gears connected to the compass card. When complete, release the knob, and the gyro will reconnect to the compass card. Unlike the attitude indicator, the heading indicator is orientated so that only
vertical. Remember that vertical I was talking about? So which is the way the precession is going to show, guys? Remember the right-hand rule we were talking about?
Oh yeah.
The horizontal axis is used to drive the display.
So it's going to have precession, mechanical precession, not earth rotational precession.
When the aircraft turns, the gyro and attached main drive gear remain in their original orientation. This then causes the main drive gear to rotate the compass card gear, which then rotates the compass card on the face of the instrument.
I really like this guy's video. Explains it nice and clear.
It's a really good. I'm really surprised.
It's very visual. I love it.
That's due to friction.
I don't see any little transistors or any garbage like that in there.
No, because it's mechanical.
Well, I'm sure that there is some with whatever's powering it, the fan or whatever is powering gyroscopes and stuff. But yeah, it's all mechanical and it's all like locked in step, right?
And precession, the heading indicator may slowly drift away from the correct heading. Because of this, the pilot should double-check the accuracy of the instrument against the magnetic compass and realign as necessary. This should be done roughly every 15 minutes or so.
Yep, otherwise you could accidentally build up a lot of static electricity on the plane, and it will give you the wrong heading because it's affecting your compass and it's affecting your stuff on the dash. That's why you have that artificial one, so you can match it to the reality.
Yeah,
but when you're in complete darkness or you're in cloud cover, you can't. It's harder to tell. So.
Yeah, but I mean, look at what's happening here. When you're on the runway, you're setting all your reference data. Okay, you set your vertical, you set your horizontal, and so you know your orientation and your direction. That's why you do the correction already, because you know the gyroscope has precision, mechanical precision. Okay, you can believe it to be Earth's rotation all you want. It doesn't make it Earth's rotation. It's literally the gyro having precision because it's mechanical. It's a force applied to it, giving the torque vector opposite to how it's supposed to happen. The right hand
based on the weight of the gyro. Yeah. It's all like a
formula. It's mechanical. Yeah, it's mechanical. So the guy claiming this to be Earth rotation is just a moron.
Keep in mind,
someone's asking for the link to that video.
To this video.
Menu me new to FE. I don't think you know what word salad is. Word salad is a bunch of jumbled words that don't make any sense. When you actually don't understand what he's saying, it doesn't mean it's word salad. It means you just don't get it.
That's a good point.
I don't know. Maybe.
Of course, it depends on the conversation.
Should I maybe dumb it down for these people?
Maybe. I think so.
Sometimes I think we all dumb it down too much, but this.
Okay, let's do it this way. I'm gonna try and do it this way. Spinny, spinny, one direction. If the gyro, okay, let's make a circle. This is a gyro, okay? This is the attitude one because it's set at a vertical. It is now spinning around this way. Okay? Imagine you seeing a coin spinning this way. That's the way it's spinning because it's set at a vertical, spinning this way around. What did the guy say according to the right hand rule? Because a force is present, correct? It's going to have a mechanical force placed on it. It's going to change direction. So that would cause its precession. So you got to set your instrument to counter this precession. The precession meaning it's moving out of plane. Because of this, it's showing a drift, aka not Earth drift, mechanical precession. So they counteract this with setting, correcting for it every 15 minutes or so, as they say. But the reference plane was set on the runway. It keeps that rigid plane right through the flight. You, as the pilot, have to correct for this precession throughout the flight to know your heading. Because this
What's funny is that your cell phone does this all day long, every day. It keeps track of whether it's level and where it's at, so it can tell where you're at. It's so odd that people can't get it.
Exactly.
If you ever get an app and download an app and then it tells you got to set your phone down on the table and set it on the table and let it sit for a minute, and then it asks you to turn it this way and that way, that's actually setting a gyro. But it's an electronic gyro, but it still works the same.
Calibrating it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like with the INS systems, it works on exactly the same principle. It just manually does it for you, automatically. That's all. It's just taken analog and made it digital. And so you don't have to go and sit and change it yourself. Imagine you're doing an 18-hour flight and every 15 minutes you have to reset. It's crazy. You're going to go crazy, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If the vacuum pump is not producing sufficient suction, when the engine is idling, the drift may be greater. Turn coordinator.
Why do you think I have problems if there's a vacuum leak? Note, Globus again. Contained.
Because it has perfectly timed pressure in the engine. Perfectly. It'll stall.
Yep. Thank you, Lumpy Gaston Vacuum, for another $5 super chat, mate. Really, really appreciate it. It says, even if the runways are 4 degrees out of parallel, the plane would crash. That's so true. Notice that runways are also laid out in a very specific manner for the planes to land and stuff. Yeah. But thank you very, very much for your super chat. Really appreciate it, mate. You rock.
I've got a bunch of RC airplanes, and they have altitude indicators, and they have level. They have gyros in them. They're electronic gyros, but they still work exactly the same as every other airplane. And trust me, it doesn't take a rocket scientist or a degree or even a high school education to understand how this stuff works.
Exactly. This is like common sense stuff. Moon Rover says, why don't you look up how a gyro compass works? Dude, we're literally looking at gyroscopes are working at this moment.
Underground tunnels, you're a moron.
The turn coordinator is a supporting instrument used while banking. It is used both to indicate the rate and quality of the turn. It can also be used as a backup source of bank information in the event the attitude indicator fails. In the center of the face of the instrument lies a miniature airplane that indicates the rate of turn the aircraft is currently in.
Based on a horizontal and vertical. Yeah.
Yep, and present.
That's a Signet step. Tunnels, iPhones are too expensive.
I got an iPhone, mate. What? I was expensive using planes.
I think he's trying to make a joke
iPhones
with it. I think it's pretty funny.
That is.
Because underground tunnels, so why don't the aircraft just have an iPhone and not all the other stuff? It's like, oh my god.
Because an iPhone isn't very accurate when it comes to navigation. It's more like just, to know where you're at on a map or something. It's a little bit different than when you're flying. You have to be accurate.
Yeah, but you see, the iPhone doesn't set a horizontal rigid plane or a vertical. It just works on an accelerometer. So it's just it's just going to feel the pulse, and that's what's going to give you orientation thing. But it doesn't exactly work accurately enough, as you put it. Thank you very much, Skeptic926 for $5 who says, I got you, Lumpy. Thank you very much, mate. You rock. Okay. But yeah, notice,
Are we going to have a super chat battle?
It looks to me that way. Thank you very, very much, guys. You guys rock. Just don't let Mikey know. He might get angry with you.
2 tick marks indicate level. The other 2 tick marks indicate what is called a standard rate turn. A standard...
Thank you, Mark, for your £5 super chat. Really, really appreciate it, mate. You rock. He said, Zoid, if you're feeling sad, remember FTFE navigated the ocean for 20 years and didn't know east to west was circles. Yeah, he didn't know what an azimuth was. Exactly. Thank you very, very much, Mark. I really, really appreciate it. You rock, man. Yeah, that's one thing I don't get, though. He was a navigator. I mean, he was in the Navy for 20 years. He supposedly worked with a nautical sextant and all this, and yet he didn't know what an azimuth was. Something that's very needed to know when you use a nautical sextant. Thank you very, very much for the super chat, Mark. Appreciate it.
Standard rate turn is one that takes 2 minutes to complete a 360-degree full circle. This is the rate that all pilots fly when in instrument meteorological conditions, meaning they have no outside references to follow. Below the miniature aircraft is an inclinometer.
Yeah, Skeptic. Lumpy and Godzilla are the best. No, you rock too, man.
Yeah, Skeptic rocks.
Really appreciate all the support, man.
Which incorporates a ball inside a tube filled with kerosene.
Hey, Godzilla 37's in. Good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming.
The ball can freely move left and right and will travel in whatever direction aerodynamic forces push and pull it. Ideally, the ball should always be centered, which means the aircraft is coordinated. If aerodynamic forces are unbalanced, the ball will slide left or right. This happens when there is either too much or too little rudder being used with the current amount of bank. These two can...
Yep, slip and skid, exactly. Thank you, Godzilla37, for your 5 membership gifts. Really, really appreciate it, mate. You rock. Skeptic. Oh no, Godzilla is in the house. Thank you very, very much. Really appreciate it. You rock, man. Yeah, if they didn't have this, the guys would just fly out of control because you would have too much slip or skid and then your plane would just do a barrel roll. That's practically what it is. So you have a smooth bank.
Conditions are referred to as a slip and a skid.
Wow. Alan, thank you very much for your $10 super chat. Really, really appreciate it. It says from Mikey. What? I think you should say before Mikey. Huh? Charger. Okay. Let me just give my charger to my wife quickly.
Yep.
This Leafy. What my phone out it. Okay, now I don't know how my it's looking here. Let's see how it's looking because my just moved. Okay, I'm still flying in. See, guys, I'm flying in the sky.
Oh, nice. You haven't even got a crack.
Oh, make sure your. Did you make sure your gyroscope was set?
Yeah, I was going to say, where do you keep your gyroscope?
Damn, I forgot, guys. I'm getting lost because I keep circling past the same cloud over and over.
Oh, damn.
PJ, I thought your face was a little. Damn, I forgot the word, man. Well, I thought I'd seen your face before, you know. Look at the picture in the chat. Now I remember where I saw you.
Yeah, Godzilla says, I've been low-key lately, going through a rough patch. Well, I'm glad you're here, man. I hope everything is going okay with you. And, well, yeah, it's good to see you. Hope everything goes well because everybody goes through rough patches sometimes. And, well, hope everything's good.
Familiar was the word.
Who did I play in Existence then?
The main role, man.
What, you mean Jude Law? That was Jude Law.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Do you think I look like Jude Law?
No, look at that. Look at the picture.
Oh, right. I see you in it. Oh, get you. Oh, nice. I like it.
If there is not a great enough rate of
No.
turn for the amount of bank. The pilot needs to add more rudder and or reduce the bank. In a skid, there is too much of a rate of turn for the amount of bank.
It's like drifting a plane in the air, guys. That's all it's doing.
The pilot needs to add more bank and or reduce the amount of rudder. The easiest way to remember how to fix these situations is just to step on the ball. This means that when the ball is deflected off center, step on the respective rudder pedal that the ball is deflected toward. A ball deflect.
So
Ooh,
if it's
I like
going
it.
to,
Stepping on the ball.
So if it's going left, you click on the left, so you know you're putting the rudder. If you're going on the right, you're putting the left, so you can. It's as simple as that. It's just so you can keep it level. That's all it is. Keep your plane level. That's the way you need to fly the plane, guys. Because if you don't, you're gonna have troubles.
Deflected left means step on the left rudder. Conversely, a ball deflected right means step on the right rudder. To get this instrument to function, it is typically powered by electricity. For this instrument, the gyro rotates from a motor located in its center. The gyro is mounted so it can remain upright while in a turn. Mechanical linkages then connect the gyro to the miniature airplane on the front of the instrument. A spring is installed to help return the mini airplane back to level. Because of
Hey, Godzilla, it's sad to hear that, man. I just pray strongs for you. I remember when my dad passed away as well. I can't believe it's already 15 years ago. It hits a person like a brick. And even today, it's still sometimes, still think about it and stuff. So I understand where you're coming from, and, well, I pray strongs for you, man. It is definitely an adjustment.
Bless you, man.
of this, the pilot would never know if the instrument has failed. So, if the instrument is not receiving electrical power, a red flag will be visible on the face of the instrument. Another important aspect to notice on the inside of the instrument is that the gimbal holding the gyro is not level. In fact,
I'm actually going to subscribe to this channel. I like this channel. I'm going to like it as well.
It's actually rotated 30 degrees.
Notice, guys, we're working with angles again. Remember when Bev says you can't do F4 with an angle? Yeah, tell us how a plane would fly without angles.
Yeah.
Unlike its older cousin, the turn and slip indicator, this change allows the instrument to also measure the rate of roll as you enter the turn.
My perspective, I cannot understand how you have such a large amount of knowledge in so much widespread topics. It's just called looking up stuff, man.
Research.
That's what science
Isn't
is all about.
Isn't that what
It's about
learning
being
is
curious
about?
and
Yeah, that's sort
learning
of.
about,
Isn't that okay? Don't you have to read something or inform yourself about something to learn about it? I wonder how. Oh, I wonder how people get their PhDs. Do they read stuff?
Ben goes on to ramble for a while, showing more.
But anyway, yeah, let's move on to modern day debates because LJ was asking so nice.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy, that was a.
I think he said timestamp 138 or something.
Wait. Come so. Guys, I have to give a shout out to Yannick Dazinger. Dude, I don't know if I've seen you feel. A huge shout out. He just gave me a PayPal of $151.
Fair play.
Insane.
Damn.
Thank you very much, mate. Huge
That pays the
shout out.
petrol bill.
Oh yeah.
Let's hear his thing.
Dude, what can I do to say thank you? Dance in a ping thong or something?
No, don't do that.
Thank you. It wasn't given to me, but I'll say thank you for it too. So that's awesome.
I don't think anyone heard what he actually said.
But yeah, thank you. Very large shout out, man. I really, really appreciate all the support. That's insane. Yeah, I got it, Yannick. Thank you very, very much. I'm flabbergasted. That's insane amount. But thanks.
I wonder where my perspective lives. I'd like to see these earths.
Australia.
Darn it! It's so far away.
So far out.
I've always wanted to meet like a true glober, a true like one that we deal with every day. Like actually talk to them in real life and see if they're really, as intense as they are on the screen.
But the interesting thing about pilots and stuff, especially around about me, there's a lot of bush pilots. Okay, and you can go talk to them. I can guarantee you, none of them are going to say you need to worry about Earth rotation or curve or any of that nonsense at all. All you need to worry about is if it's a windy day or if the weather's bad. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Oh, we're going to look for modern day debates. LJ said we have to go look at where the, there's this one. Because
I was in there last night. Yesterday.
Because they like I said, they wanted me to be in this debate last night, but I was already in bed when they emailed me, so it was a bit too late. Let's go to the Q&A. He said the Q&A. LJ, where's the timestamp, mate? I'm not sure.
I think it was 138.
138.
1 hour and 38 minutes, yeah. I think. Okay. Let me go back up.
Let me check. 1 hour. We'll start at 1 hour 38. We'll check.
Good day, everyone.
1 hour,
Thank you so
38 minutes and 45 seconds.
Yeah, I didn't get the seconds right, but I got the hours.
138.45. There we go. Okay, it's about there. Cool. Thanks, LJ.
for being here.
Oh, shout out to Flatzoid Saints. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, I like that guy. He's pretty cool. He's a really cool guy.
He's not.
He's good.
He's not. How can I put it? Shy to be who he is. That's what I like about him.
He's genuine too. He's very genuine, believe it or not.
If you've seen him eat his bananas with the skins on.
Oh, wow. They had Dr. Tapioca.
He looks pretty cool there.
Dr. Tapioca Weasel. No wonder why they got demolished. I've watched this guy debate once. What a clown.
Over to the Q&A. We're gonna ask some questions.
Oh.
LJ.
Ryan.
Well,
LJ. There we go.
We're going to clean that up. Globe peoples, believe me. Globe peoples believe the ISS is traveling 17,500 miles per hour to all guests. And the Chad moderator, I think that's what they meant. Would you ever get on a roller coaster that would go 17,500 miles per hour?
I don't even get on regular roller coasters. So no.
I second that.
Oh, what a whip.
I'm very squeamish.
Yeah, this is what they have. This is what they come up with.
But you see, this is the thing they don't understand. I love going to. Sorry, guys. Let's go back to the drawing, paint again.
The drawing board.
Okay.
No, please don't make us anything but that.
This is the globe. Okay. Now the globe is claiming to spin at 1,000 miles an hour.
At the equator.
At the equator. Okay. So it's usually like 800 around there and whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
Now also, the Earth is spinning in a whole total different vector at 666,000 miles per hour.
Yeah.
And in another vector, 250,000 miles an hour, whatever, in a different vector, okay? So it would be like a roller coaster because you would be changing vectors constantly. Now, add in the so-called ISS falling around Earth at 17,500 miles an hour. So the ISS would be feeling this movement while it's feeling this movement, while it's feeling that movement, while it's feeling that movement and other movements. So it would literally be a roller coaster ride in all different directions at insane amounts of speed.
Yep. Wonder what the RPMs would be. Is it the same as the actual miles per hour or whatever?
Well, miles per hour is quite a... But you see, these guys ignore rim velocity because they want it to be 1 revolution per day. So saying, oh, how are you going to know 1 revolution per day? Well,
if that's true, then why is it every 6 months we don't face the wrong way?
But let me put it this way. We are so-called in an elliptical orbit. So not perfectly circle. So that means speeding up...
Which means we speed up and slow down.
It would be noticeable. But there's no, I repeat, no measured rotational speed at all for this. All we can see is the sky moving above us. That's the only measured thing we can see. There is no measured thing that the Earth is moving at all. They base everything on
the thing we see above our heads could be an optical illusion for all we know.
It's very simple.
Yeah. And that's what they say. They say it's a constant, isn't it? Well, they can't. If it's elliptical, if you've got an elliptical orbit, then there's no constant. It has to slow down. You know what I mean? Then speed up.
Didn't somebody do one of those things where they plotted all the stars and they plotted the Earth and the Sun and the Moon and all this stuff into some kind of computer program, and then they turned it on and they said it collapsed almost instantly. It collapsed in on itself.
No, I can't remember that. But I mean, let's look at what's that clock thing that was like 2,000 years ago, where it had the Earth as a geocentric flat plane. And it could predict all the eclipses and the movement of the stars and everything. I mean, heck, you can look at ancient civilizations that built pyramids and stuff, perfectly in alignment with the stars and the rotations and whatever, and they were flat Earth civilizations. How the hell do you get that if you claim a globe? Because I'm sure the Globies say you can't get this right as a flat Earth, correct?
That's it.
I thought they said people 2,000 years ago were ignorant and what is it? Yeah, dumb.
I think it's probably the opposite. They were probably smarter than me.
Thank you, Lumpy Gas, in the vacuum for your $2 super chat. Really, really appreciate this. Thanks, donator. If I was rich, I'd give more. Dude, you give more already. Just being here is good enough, man. Thank you very much. Thank you. Really appreciate you guys. Please do share the show and hit the likes. But again, yeah, Yannick, insane amount. Let me know what I can do to say thank you, man. It's crazy.
Oh man, I can't do.
Bring him in and say thank you.
Sorry?
I said, I bet about all you can do is say thank you, or bring him in and say it to us. Say it to him live or whatever. I don't know what.
Do him a little thank you video like you did.
Yeah. If I was able to give him a big hug and a kiss, I would do so.
We'll just give him one. We'll give him one from all of us.
Yeah. When I got a thank you video, I thought that was pretty cool. So.
Now don't make him blush. Don't make him blush.
Jamie C. Level. Yeah, I can never pronounce this thing. The Antikythera device.
Oh yeah, the Antikythera device. That's right.
Yeah, exactly. And Gary Waben, good to see you. Astrolabes, Antikythera device.
Astrolabe.
Yeah. Planispheres, astronomical clocks, exactly. All based on geocentric flat planes, guys. I'll keep streaming, Yannick, definitely. Thank you very much, mate.
And it's funny how those things that were those devices, the astrolabes that were built thousands of years ago, still actually are accurate 100%. It's kind of funny because they, even though the Earth is spinning out of control all over billions of miles a year.
And also, it's think about it. If these were so dumb, and they were ignorant in things, why is it that they were able to make things that we, in our modern day and age, cannot even replicate?
Exactly. I mean, even like the buildings and that. I mean, all them like old cathedrals and stuff. Nobody can build that now. Nobody does, do they? It's all plain buildings. It's all intricate work. Nobody does it anymore.
Yeah, but I mean, there's technologies from that day and age, which we don't have a clue how to do it today.
No, of course.
And we are supposed to be this advanced civilization.
Yep.
It's crazy. I literally think people have got dumbed down through the years, not getting smarter.
They must be, because the Farmer's Almanac tells you when all the eclipses are going to happen. And if they know it, then obviously, it can be known.
Like amusement parks or like spinny things. Oh, the worst. Roller coasters? No, thank you.
Spinny thing.
What do you think over there, Latter-day Saints?
About roller coasters?
Yeah. Would you ever get on a roller coaster that's traveling at the speed of the
Notice how they're all
ISS,
smiling
which is at
like it's going to
17,500 miles per hour?
Exactly.
Let's see what the flat earthers going to say.
Yeah.
The equivalent of that. Imagine taking a GoPro, gluing it to a basketball, then getting on a roller coaster and spinning the basketball on your finger, and then viewing what you see.
Brilliant,
you see something
Saturday.
different every single. However many times you go on a roller coaster, you see a completely different scene, right?
Exactly, Flatterday. Exactly. Yep. And we don't see this on the globe. We don't see this. There's always the same stars. There's always the same stars. No matter what time of year you are, even when the Earth is facing in the wrong direction, the stars are still the same stars visible. It's insane. Right. Lumpy Gasterbeck, thank you again for another $5 super chat. Really appreciate it. It says lunar lander caught in a ride. What? Caught a ride with lunar orbiter moving 33,000 miles an hour. Yeah, that's weird. How does that work?
Lumpy's bringing the rain.
Yeah, Lumpy is killing it tonight. Exactly. Thank you very much, Lumpy, for your super chat. I really, really appreciate it.
But that's not what we observe in the sky.
Because the Earth is bigger than a basketball. Do you understand how much bigger the Earth is than a basketball? Because if you did understand that, it would answer your whole point.
No, it doesn't debunk it at all.
Not one little bit. Not one little bit.
You see, this is the thing we get from these guys. It's Earth big. It means size.
It's like Heckle and Jekyll, bro. It's like just like Heckle and Jekyll.
I mean, the guy doesn't get it. It doesn't matter how big your Earth is. He's giving reference to the vectors it's moving, like a GoPro on a basketball. It means you're not going to see the same things. Just like on Earth, no matter how big it is, it's still going to give the same thing. You won't see the same stars. Yet we see the same stars for thousands of years now. Really odd.
So, Earth really big.
Oh yeah, guys, by the way, I've recently come onto some information on another thing that debunks the age of the Earth being very old. Diamonds. Do you guys know diamonds are supposed to be millions and billions of years old, correct?
Yeah.
Why do they have carbon-14 in them? Carbon-14 would not be able to have a life span of millions and billions years old, only thousands. Yet
That's a good point.
Yet diamonds are loaded with carbon-14. Really odd stuff.
We really small, right?
They've probably got conversion to them.
Like ants. Got it.
I mean, much smaller.
No, ants would be even smaller than us, but okay.
You're off by several orders of magnitude. Anyway, my answer is maybe. I don't know. It sounds like an awesome ride.
Awesome ride. Do you know how?
Be dead.
Yeah, you'd be dead with the amount of quote-unquote G-forces you would attribute it to that. Your body would be...
Why do I get the feeling we're in court and somebody's trying to like waste as much time as possible than talking about the actual evidences? You know what I mean? It seems like this whole thing has been about what he said and how he said it or something, rather than them actually getting on to what he's actually trying to show. You know what I'm saying? Isn't this odd?
Yeah, exactly. Victor Crute is
The amount
right.
of pressure you would go through.
But Victor Crute is right. Yeah, why do you get shocked? Diamonds formed at volcanoes. Exactly. But you see, the problem is the globies claim Earth is billions of years old. Yet diamonds are supposed to be compressed over billions of years old, which causes a diamond. Yeah. That's what they say. But yet there is carbon-14, which only has a half-life of a few thousand years. It's really bad.
I'd have to have more information. Not with current technology. That would be absurd.
More information? What more information do you need to know? Half your body wants to go left while the other half is going right, while the other half is trying to go up and another half down. Your body would literally be trying to pull itself apart because of all the forces attributed to it. And that's what would happen. Not hard to understand.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into
current
the next.
Technology.
Oh, you want to have more comments there? We'll continue on.
What is this? A school for ants?
So when they're on the ISS going 17,000 miles per hour, but they look like they're going slow, like underwater, the RPM of their socket wrenches, when they're putting bolts in or whatever, they're doing work on the ISS on a spacewalk, it's going the same RPM it is on Earth.
Do you understand? Do you understand what the equivalence principle is?
Wow. Do you understand the equivalence principle doesn't actually work with actual physics? It's a mathematical reference system. That's all it is. So in other words...
Let's just bring up fantasy stuff.
Yeah, so he's bringing up equivalence principle. That means you can't observe it because it's mathematical based on a reference that you can't observe. So in other words, sorry, physical attributes don't count because I'm bringing it mathematically up. What? It's a total non sequitur. The guy doesn't even know what the hell he's talking about.
I was going.
So, like, in relativity, right? If you're moving like in a spaceship going really fast, there's not an experiment that you can do inside the spaceship to differentiate your acceleration versus like gravity field or anything.
Oh, you want to bet? Make a hole in the spaceship. How's that? Make a hole. Put a window in the spaceship. Then you can see outside. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but it's really a stupid argument. Just like your equivalence principle, if you go out of quote-unquote Earth, you are out of the reference frame, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. Lumpy Gas, thank you very much for your $5 switch ad. By design, the globe destroys human ability to attain human knowledge. That is so true. They indoctrinate the people, and the people think they are smart because they just parrot religious mumbo-jumbo nonsense cult. That's all.
Yeah. Harley wants some science.
Just because I say science, they're more science, exactly. Thank you very much for the super chat, mate. Really appreciate it.
Science! Lumpy wants some science?
Put just give them a spoonful of science every day.
Yeah, and the parrot screams,
Thank you, Skeptic, for your $5 super chat. Says, go, 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 Lumpy. Thank you very, very much. Really appreciate it, Skeptic. You rock. If you guys don't have, please don't give, by the way. Just have to say, okay? It's enough. Thank you. Really appreciate you guys. Just being here.
Yeah, and the things that are inside the spaceship are all traveling at the speed of the spaceship. So you don't observe.
I'm talking about on a spacewalk.
Effects.
When they're on a spacewalk. They're on a spacewalk.
Yeah,
outside the spaceship.
Yeah, they're still traveling at the same speed as the spaceship.
Oh my goodness.
Numbskull.
Oh, wow. So the spaceship is traveling in one direction, okay? We don't know why we're talking about spaceships anyway. Traveling in one direction.
Oh, don't forget, it's falling around the Earth.
Exactly. Wow. And the equivalence principle, mate, means you have to be inside the reference frame of the spaceship, not seeing the outside. Latter-day Saints just demolished that by saying we're outside the spaceships. So your equivalence principle doesn't even work here. It's a category error. Mm-hmm. It's a non sequitur. Chicken, his face is like thinking, how the hell, what are we going to do here?
Huh.
Wow, this is sad. I think if I was on the show, yeah, I would have been laughing the whole time.
I think there's a couple spots where you can tell that somebody bleeps out and it's like they're giggling. They mic out and they turn their head away.
Exactly.
Understand that, but it looks like they're going super slow, right? But yet the RPM on their socket wrench is going the same speed as is on Earth. It's not slowing down. So that's the inconsistency. So if they're slowed down, the people's movements are slowed down, why wouldn't the RPM of the socket wrench be slowed down?
Because the
How would that
motor
be
is
the
still
same as on
going.
Earth?
The motor's still getting the same power. It's still going. The same RPM.
Time doesn't slow down.
Oh, really? According to your beloved globe theory, the further you are away from the center of mass, the faster you move, the slower time goes. Have you guys never heard of your cesium clocks and that the time differential change? Correct? They claim that the satellites have time differential change because of the speed it's moving around the Earth. Thank you, Kanye West. Welcome to King Rooster. Thank you very much. Really appreciate your membership. You rock. Good to see you. Hey, Elric. Good to see you. Oh, Godzilla is leaving. Cheers, Godzilla. Thank you for coming. Glad you can make it. Have a good day or evening further wherever you are, man.
But people slow down. It shows people going super slow on a spacewalk, slower than they would on Earth.
Yeah,
they're
because
moving like they're moving underwater.
You know what happens? You know what happens if they float off? Well, a tether catches them. But if that
again, that's got nothing to do with what he's just talked about. He's talking about time slowing down. Literally talking about time slowing down. This has got to do with your equivalence principle as well. The guy on the train is traveling faster than the guy not on the train. You get it? So he's moving faster in time. So if he had to move at the speed of light, he would actually be moving back in time. Wow.
He'd catch up with himself and kick himself in the butt.
It's crazy. This is why they say it's impossible to do time travel. The Globies claim it's because it's impossible to get to the speed of light. While us realists claim it's impossible because it's a man-made construct. It's a thought experiment. It doesn't exist.
Yep.
Breaks,
yeah, and just because they claim that they made a big bomb out of it, they used it to fuse, nuclear fusion or fission or whatever. That doesn't mean that that's actually what happened. It's just a way they explain it to convince us all that it means something and it's iconic.
Yeah, nuclear fission's a real thing there.
I understand.
Just the model they use. People can complain and say, "Oh yeah, maybe it's not the way they explain it." You know what I mean? But nuclear fission's a real thing. I just wouldn't agree that it's the molecules leaving, as they're putting, separating, because it's based on a model. But then again, the model's just explaining. Doesn't make the model correct.
Exactly. Yeah. Without getting into great detail.
Yeah.
Out in space forever. It's a horrible way to die.
If you're on a...
How would you know? First of all, you can't get to a natural violation called space to be able to even make this claim. And second of all, it's got absolutely nothing to do with what he just spoke about.
Oh, because if they died in space, they'd explode and implode.
Mike,
They freeze and burn up at the same time.
Mike, you've got some thoughts down there. I haven't heard from you. What you thinking there on that question?
Oh man, you come to me right when my brain blanks out every time. Oh, I would say that when it comes to relative speed,
every time.
right? You know, where if an object's already going that momentum, you know, you're essentially not going to feel that speed. The thing is that within heliocentrism, that's another hard part about it, is that in that model, objects wouldn't be keeping a consistent speed. They'd have to continuously decelerate and accelerate, because when you're when say like the Earth is going around the sun, correct? In most models we see, they just show us a Newtonian model. They show the sun stationary in the middle, and they show the Earth and all the other luminaries traveling around it. But what their model requires is actual additional motion from the sun. And also, when these alleged satellites would be orbiting, they're going to be passing different positions of the Earth's motion at different times. So to keep a consistent distance, its speed would have to accelerate and decelerate depending where it was in its orbit. And that would be
That's yep, exactly. Different vectors. Ooh.
Yeah, all over the place.
And it's not hard to understand. I love how in the beginning he was like smiling with his giving thumbs up, and as he carried on talking, he's like, No, they're not smiling anymore.
No. That guy's got his head in his hand now, and he's it's like he's turning red now. He's starting to get angry.
Mike did an awesome job there.
very noticeable, but you never see that because it doesn't happen, because all that NASA stuff is just...
Why do you think that would have to happen?
Well,
because physics says so. That's why. Have you ever been on a merry-go-round before? Now stick that merry-go-round on a moving truck while that truck is going around a roundabout. And that roundabout, let's stick on a moving ship on the ocean. You would notice. You would definitely notice.
Yeah, you'd be sick in a matter of minutes.
Hey, Roman Cross, good to see you, mate. I noticed, well, the little demonstration I was talking about wouldn't even be the insane speeds that you're talking about on your globe. I think the fastest land record speed we got at the moment is 6,500 miles per hour. Not even half of what the so-called ISS is supposed to be falling. Yeah, and that's very recently.
Yeah.
Not even half.
And it literally caught on fire and was making the air around it explode in the fire. So fascinating. I saw that. It was badass. I challenge you to check that out.
Yeah, the air gets so hot because of the friction, because it hits her so much that it starts heating up too much. Thank you, Lumpy Gas, with $2 super chat. Really appreciate it. Flat Earth will wake up atheists. Exactly. That's why Flat Earth is such a how can I put it, threat to people, because atheists don't want to accept there's a creator. Flat Earth definitely is a big threat. Thank you very, very much for the
Not to mention that it's a device in order to hide God from you, or to keep you thinking that you're just an accident.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
People have made 3D models of the motion, because all the motion's documented for the heliocentric model. You can look up the speed.
I think we should check it out, because have you guys seen it yet? Motions of the universe.
Oh yeah, so much. It's corkscrewing. It's
there we go.
It's all over the place. There it is. Yeah.
Let's use this one.
I mean, that's corkscrewing all over the place.
Okay, is this the one? No, I think it's. Oh yeah, there we go. Check.
If you look at the one above it.
There we go. Look. Look at the different motions. Corkscrewing all over.
It's making me sick just watching it spin.
And I mean, this is just showing reference to the sun. It's not even showing around the greater tract as well. The sun.
I was going to say, because it's moving like millions of miles per hour around the attractor as well.
Exactly.
Well, that actual motion of the sun is around the galaxy. That's not around the great attractor. The great attractor is the galaxy that moves around the great attractor. Right? So there's that motion that's missing as well. So there's two more motions that you don't, or that one major motion.
2 more vectors? Wow, that's insane. I think we'd be scrambled eggs probably. We'd just be a little squish ball of mud probably by then.
And he has the geocentric model. Obviously, the Earth would be a sphere in this geocentric model, but it can have the same motions over a flat plane. What they say it makes it like almost like a lotus leaf or something.
Right.
Yeah.
But I
think you're right.
But you see, there we go. It makes a very intricate pattern where the heliocentric just straightens out the pattern, you could say.
And then if you match that up to frequencies that sound cause on water and other elements and other things when you broadcast it through a speaker, you can understand why people are thinking that frequencies are important and that they have something to do with all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Speeds, their trajectories, their distances, it's all mapped out, so you can 3D model it. And most people just use a Newtonian model to demonstrate it.
Yeah, that's called cognitive dissonance, mate. It's pain for you. You can't understand it exactly. Thank you again, Lumpy Gas and Vacuum, for your $2 super chat. The satanic lies are stupid. Mm-hmm. Exactly, they are.
The first symptoms is usually they get nervous and they start shaking or they start fidgeting.
Get red faces.
Yeah, look how red it's.
Well, remember I told you
Mattoon
Mattoon has his
It's insane.
Yeah, he's gone from white to pink. Now he's nearly red, and then it'll be purple. Then you know what I mean, maroon.
Oh wow.
Yep, the passion gets thicker as time goes by.
That's it.
Let's put it this way, it's very painful to be a glober these days. Very.
But why do you think that the satellites would have to continuously accelerate and decelerate or whatever? Like,
because it's an elliptical orbit. You know what elliptical means? Take an egg, for instance.
Basically oval, yeah.
Yeah. A $2 super chat, thank you very much from Lumpy. Skeptic, thank you very much, mate. He says, yo, Lumpy, I will match every super chat you make. No, you guys,
told you we're gonna have a fun.
Don't. If you can't give, don't give. Just have to say that, okay? But thank you very much. Appreciate all the support. And Richard G, been a member for 5 months. Thank you very much for the support, man. He says, you are showing on what you're showing on screen is ridiculous. Yeah, exactly. It's insane, and yet the people push it as real. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. What did I want to show now?
And some of the people around us are defending this stuff too. That's what's really crazy. And it's like, well, wait a minute. How do you figure?
It's insane. I wanted to show something now, and I can't remember what I wanted to show on screen.
I'm sorry. I do that a lot.
No. It was just. Okay. Well, there was something on the screen, and then I got the super chat, and I forgot. Anyway, let's look on the video.
Why do you think that?
Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to do. We're talking about ellipsoids.
Oh yeah.
This is a circle.
Yeah.
This is an ellipsoid.
Yeah, elliptical. Yeah.
This is your brain.
Yeah.
This is your brain on globes.
Let's say you've got a planet there or a planet here. On a circular orbit, you've got a planet here. It keeps the same orbital motion and speed. Okay? Here would have a different speed to here.
Yeah.
Get it? Notice that here is further than there. So, it keeps an elliptical orbit. Speeds and vectors change, just like it's claimed that the Sun has an elliptical orbit, and the Earth has an elliptical orbit, and the Moon has everything has elliptical orbits, actually. Really weird. And then they want to use Kepler's law of planetary motion, which doesn't even work with elliptical orbits. Works with perfect spheres, and says,
and honestly, if you want my opinion, I think the elliptical orbit is just simply because of our angle and the way we see it from our perspective on the Earth. That's the reason why the Sun seems to be in an elliptical orbit. It's not. It's on a circuit.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But then on their model as well, they've got a planet spinning the opposite way as well. So It all doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I heard that the other day, and I was like, wait a minute, that's right. I didn't think of that one.
Yeah, it spins Neptune in it. It spins allegedly. Well, no.
Well, still my favorite planet.
It's either its moons or yeah.
Who was your guys' favorite planet? Uranus. Wow, Lumpy guest, $20 super chat. Thank you very much. What's happened to you? Have you fallen into some money or something? It says love truthers. Thanks, Skeptic. Really appreciate.
Nah, it's because we passed the 23rd. It's better times now.
That's right. Everything's fixed. I forgot. We reset again.
We reset.
We went into a better time. It's going to be rough, but it's a better time.
Thank you very, very much for your super chat, Lumpy Gas. I appreciate it, mate. You rock. Eyes to see, Effie, good to see you. Says there's absolutely zero evidence we live on top of a spinning ball. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if an object is moving this way and something's rotating around it.
Lumpy Gas, thank you very much for your $20 super chat. Really appreciate it. Says, yeah, what Lumpy said.
Oh my gosh.
You guys can stop now, really. Okay. But thank you. I'm not going to say no thank you, but thank you. You guys rock.
It has to then catch up to it at certain times, catch up to what it's orbiting at certain times, and then pass back
underground
around.
tunnels. Been a member for 4 months. Wow, really appreciate the support, man. He says, what is the orbit of a small local sun and moon? First of all, orbit would require you to be begging the question for a globe.
Yeah.
So we don't need to.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
That's what I hinted at.
So when we're explaining elliptical orbits, we're explaining it based on the globe model, and that's why it doesn't work. We don't have orbits. We don't beg the question of an orbit. But thank you very much for being a member, mate.
And to keep a consistent distance, which we're told that it does on its ecliptic plane around the Earth, it would have to accelerate and decelerate to keep that. It's just the motion.
Skeptic, don't tell us what to do, Flats. I'm sorry.
Wired. It's just.
Well, I guess they do have a point.
They do, yeah. I can't tell you guys what to do, so yeah. But I just appreciate you guys. I just don't want you guys to give if you don't have. That's all I'm saying. Okay? If you guys don't have, you don't have to give. I more than appreciate everything you guys have been giving.
No, but that's what the model says, so it should be doing that, but there's no indication that it does that.
All right, well, let's move on to the next question here, because like I said, we're going to spur.
Lumpy. $10 super chat, thank you very much. This is flour for your wife. Thank you very much. She does love, I don't know what's in English, it's called varkoortjies. Orchids.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll get her some orchids. Thank you very, very much, mate. You rock. She loves orchids.
Let's check the latest uploaded picture there.
Did you even do another picture? Michael, oh no, why do you make me a Globy? Come on. And PJ.
With the glasses.
No.
So me and Flats are the thick ones of that.
And then, well, Michael's at least Mike. This looks like Bro Sanchez.
It does, actually.
And look, there's Ryan. Ryan, you look like good with hair.
Ryan.
Oh no, really?
Look there.
Not good.
PJ, it looks like you've been living in your mom's basement for a long time, just playing computer games and listening to metal.
Definitely.
I look like some kind of
headbanger's ball, baby.
I look like some kind of mommy's boy dreaming. Michael looks like some kind of art connoisseur or a professor, and Bro Sanchez just looks like some cool bro in the hood sitting there.
An aficionado.
That's quite good.
What are they Saints Row?
All kinds of discussion. And LJ strikes again for $4.99.
LJ, woohoo!
Keep those Q&A super chats coming in, everybody. We super appreciate them. That's the real code.
Retro Bull, what's a $10 super chat? Thank you very, very much, mate. You rock. He says, time to get in on the action. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate you being here, mate. You rock. I see, LJ, you kept these guys busy here.
For super chat, we super appreciate you. And LJ says, Globy's intro summarized. Trust me, bro. Do ships disappear over the hump when they sail away? How high do I need to go to see a hump in the horizon?
Good question.
Is that how you
Where is the car? Can you show it to me?
Is that how you asked the LG with that kind of Where is the horizon?
Look how proud he is of his face there. Yeah, Mandela Effect doing very well tonight. Thank you guys. You guys rock. It is 1:30 in the morning, but I'm enjoying myself so much. At least it's a public holiday. That's why I was actually gonna do a 4-hour stream. But
I was thinking because I've work tomorrow. I was thinking about the 4-hour stream. I was like, I wonder why you're doing that with work tomorrow, but you've got what you say, bank
public
holiday.
Yeah. So the plans for today is when we wake up, wash the car, and do gardening. Looking forward to that. Oh, and I still want to do a video because I haven't had time to do it.
Wash the car.
Yeah, I need to wash.
It just gets dirty again, no.
It's very dirty. I have to wash it.
I mean, I get why we have to wash our bodies, but gee whiz.
No, the car needs. I did the brakes yesterday now, so at least the brakes are done. I got 2 new tires. I just got to get them.
Oh boy, that's always fun.
I still got to put them on, but I have to wash the car. It's filthy. I can't stand a dirty car.
Just let it get so dusty that it will never rust or anything. It got a thick layer of fur.
Remember, I live in the bush.
It makes its own color.
Remember, I live in the bush. It's a white car that looks red.
Yeah. Okay.
No, McToon gets super chatting. All hail McToon. Yeah, Tapioca sniffing his finger.
No, that's not.
Why does he have his camera mirrored, by the way? Because it's supposed to say think science.
I hate when that happens. I always have
Probably the same reason why they use that curved lens when they go to space.
Yeah, it depends on the circumstances. Like we went through
on atmospheric conditions mostly. Yeah.
Oh, so not physical curve then? It depends on the atmosphere. Lumpy Gasabaku, thank you very much for your $5 super chat. Really, really appreciate it, mate. He says, when you work full time and come and give a community, you earn this. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate your support, mate. I really do hope you guys enjoy the content, because I do want to make content that you guys enjoy. So yeah, dirty cars don't rust. That's new. Thank you very much for the super chat, Lumpy. Really appreciate it.
But on the average, you can make a pretty good approximation by just ignoring the atmospheric conditions.
Skeptic, $10 super chat. Thank you very much. He says it's party time retro. Thank you very, very much. Really appreciate the super chat, mate. By the way, I hope it's all going well with your business, Skeptic, because I know he says he's been swamped lately with the changes and stuff, so really hope it's going well there.
And in that case, it's a fairly straightforward.
Ooh, yeah, give them a break. Give them a Kit Kat.
Barely.
Let's hope there's no swamp monsters involved.
Geometry problem. You've got.
It's all these damn adjectives and adverbs and stuff. What the hell?
Underground Tunnels, thank you very, very much for coming, mate. Enjoy your sleep. Really appreciate you being here.
A circle, and then.
Oh, we haven't even checked the poll in a long time. What does the poll say? 80 votes, guys. 4 hours for Globies to show the evidence. 73% say yes, and no 28%. You know, this is actually like a catch-22 kind of poll.
Yeah.
So if you say no, then that means there's no globe evidence, obviously. If you say yes, that means they are supposed to come and present us evidence. Well, notice we've been going on quite a while and there has not been any globe evidence.
Well, it's 2 hours now and still, man.
It's been going past globe evidence.
Let's hit those likes.
Hit those likes and share the show, guys. Really, really does help. You guys rock, by the way. I'm enjoying the stream. It's fun.
It's good.
And a line, a tangent line, and then, you know, if...
Also, I don't know what he means with...
Oh, $5 super chat from Skeptic. Thank you very much. Says, so, yo, Lumpy, let's take it to PayPal so Flats gets more. Dude. Thank you very much for your super chat. Appreciate it. You rock. What's going on tonight? You can swear it's my birthday or something.
No.
I think maybe they're trying to tell us that they like the content. I mean, maybe that should tell us that we should do more of it.
Well, if you guys like this, I like it. I'm enjoying this. Yeah, we should do more of this because it's not so serious, and it's nice because we get to laugh at stupid.
Yep. Yeah, I like to just getting together with a bunch of the guys and having a good time and talking about stuff that we would normally talk about anyway, but, you know, having fun with it online.
I was talking to my wife. I want to do sometime. I want to see if I can do a overnight stream, like a 24-hour stream.
Is, like, does Victor not believe in the firmament?
Sorry?
Does Victor not believe in the firmament? I'm just looking at his chat there. It says read firmament as land instead. It will make far more sense.
Oh, I think what he's saying. I think what he's saying with the firmament as land is maybe it's from the sides, you know, upturned edges where it's going from the land to close up. Maybe that's what he means. Not sure.
I don't know.
But Victor, yeah, that's a question. Do you believe in the firmament? That's actually interesting. But yeah, like I said, I was thinking of doing like a 24-hour stream thing, but cutting it in two because you can only do maximum 11 or 12 hours or something per stream, actually, if you're monetized. So I was thinking, even if I just do a stream just for Globers to make fun of them showing a plant growing.
Well, we can invite them to come and make fun of us too.
Richard Ball, thank you very much for your $5 super chat. Really appreciate it. Says, are you on tomorrow, Flats? Hope you get some well-deserved rest. Yes, I'm definitely on again. It's Monday. Yeah, it's already Monday. Definitely going to be on tonight. It's Tuesdays that I take off to rest because it's my time and the missus to spend together. So, yeah. But thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. We'll be on for sure. PayPal has done some shady stuff. Really?
I've heard that. I'm not sure what, but I've heard some.
But I must say, PayPal hasn't done stuff to me though. It's actually been quite good, so I can't moan.
I think it was Paul that said that PayPal was evil. I'm not sure. I don't
know. Michael doesn't use PayPal because he says he can't.
Wow.
Yeah, can't log in or something like that. Victor Groot says what though? No, so it doesn't look like he believes there's a firmament.
No. See, and he's also using it says water. The lands separates the waters below from the rains above. No, it says the firmament separates the waters above from the waters below, not the rains.
Exactly.
Where you're getting reading from.
Yeah, it's talking about an air bubble trapped between two bodies of water.
Yep.
Because when he says a hump in the horizon,
no, that's true. I mean, you need something physical to hold that water apart. Also note you need something physical to keep the gas we breathe inside.
Yep.
I really don't understand.
Yeah, it's very simple.
What that's supposed to mean, but I don't think either model has a hump in the horizon.
Oh, really?
All right.
Yeah, you do have a hump. You claim it's Earth curve, the leading edge of a sphere. This is why we like asking hump or drop, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you can't decide.
SC Montreal used to say that all the time.
Yeah, it says all the time, exactly. Because they can't decide if the water's going up to block something or if it's going down.
Yeah.
Right, well, let's continue on to the next super chat, which is also from LJ. LJ, we appreciate you so much contributing to the super chats there and asking so many questions because you're going to, like I say, spur on so much discussion. So another good old...
Jamie Silva, Raichi now says there's no proof of gas requiring container. Raichi is delusional.
I
still want to have a discussion.
But a good delusion.
I still want to have a discussion with Raichi though.
Surely, but she used to believe in containment. She did.
The thing that bothers me with Raichi, though, in the beginning, she was with the RDD thing. All of a sudden, decides no, it's accelerating Earth, and straw manning RDD, saying, in free fall you're supposed to still see displacement, which is false. That's not what RDD ever claimed. And explaining the mechanics on why it should be that way still exists. Now, throwing all the flat Earth away, saying no, it's a globe.
Yeah.
And well, Raichi, since you want to say gas pressure requires no containment, maybe you can demonstrate this for us, because every globe in existence has failed to demonstrate this for us.
Did you support the likes of Wixit's belief with the electromagnetism and that instead of acceleration, instead of gravity? Sorry.
But what can I say? She's decided to go to the globe. It's her own problem, but I would still hold her to task, just like I do every other glober. Show me your claim. Demonstrate your claim. Simple as that.
Impression for you. Pyramids and cathedrals were built before gravity was made.
Why you sound like Kermit the Frog?
Yeah. That would sound like a Jaren impression. What, I'm the only one?
Not my Jordan Peterson.
There was still gravity back during the ancient Egyptians. Sorry.
What? The Egyptians were flat earthers, mate. You do know they did astronomical things that today are impossible to do? And they were flat earthers. Dumb flat earthers, apparently.
Does he think things didn't fall down?
I think he's implying that before we had Newton's equation of gravity, that gravity didn't exist or something?
Gravity never existed. It still doesn't exist.
Never will.
Yeah.
It's relative.
Yeah, and by the way, today it's relative. It's a mathematical construct based in the fourth dimension. It doesn't exist. It only appears to exist, correct? It's not the apple falling to the ground, but it appears to fall to the ground because it is bending in geodesics, space and time, as the Earth rises up to meet the apple. That's what's claimed. Yeah, that's what gravity is today. So when something takes a curved path, it's actually a straight path.
Oh, Wilbur!
But it appears curved because of your relative observational reference frame.
Or that they somehow needed to understand Newton's equations in order to build the pyramids, but they didn't.
Yeah, that's weird. What do they always claim to us with construction? You need to know gravity to do construction. No, you don't.
Especially when these civilizations never met each other.
Yeah.
You need to know how to level it out, that's all.
But that's why I always talk to the people when it comes to things like Archimedes' principle. You require gravity. No, you don't. Archimedes' principle was made 1,900 years before gravity was even postulated. So ships and things worked on Archimedes' principle before gravity was ever postulated. Do you guys get that? So how the hell did they get ships to work if they didn't use gravity?
Yeah, parallel understanding. Gravity acts as a force. We see it and we measure it. You see gravity, do you?
The Van Allen belt also didn't exist. They didn't know about its force. I mean, they didn't know about its force when they went to the moon.
Thank
They
you.
just went through.
Thank you very much for your $2 super chat, Lumpy. He says gravity.
Don't forget about all that dust.
At least they say they went through and they didn't know it back then, and that means it didn't have a force because they didn't know about it.
Exactly. Thank you very much for your $2 super chat, Lumpy Gas. He says gravity needs to face pseudoscience gravity. I agree. It definitely has to be classified as pseudoscience because it is actually pseudoscience. Skeptic wrote an interesting thing as well. The pyramid complex at Giza was built a minimum of 5,000 years before Aristophanes. Also note, Skeptic, the pyramids of Giza are so complex we don't know how they did it today. And Aristophanes just put sticks in the floor.
Yeah. Well,
that's the answer to everything. Just build some pillars and put them in a row.
Sticks and walkers.
Thank you very much for your $2 super chat, Skeptic. He says, agreed, Lumpy. Thank you very much. You rock. Oh, man. I think we're only going to go on another 25 minutes. Is that okay? Then it's 2 a.m. Yeah.
Of course.
Is that fine? I do have children.
You're going to have to get a second bank account if not.
I usually the thing is I do have children that wake me up at like 6 a.m. So.
Of course.
Let me at least get 4 hours sleep in.
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, well, keep the super chats coming in, everybody. We'll have all kinds of thoughts to unfold here, and maybe
Can I share one little thing on that? I guess
I was just about to say, let's see if we have any thoughts on the other side. Go ahead, man.
Let me see if I can share a screen.
Is he going? LJ, I think he's going to share that thing now.
On the other side.
We're ready for you when you are.
Here we go. So, just when it comes to gravity, there's a lot of debate on it. My argument when it comes to gravity is that there's no object in existence that can't be described without using density or buoyancy unless it comes to harmonic levitation or electromagnetism. But outside of those more powerful forces, I would say that every object that we see could basically be described with density and buoyancy. But Nikola Tesla was a pretty smart guy. He was a contemporary of Albert Einstein, and here's what he had to say about relativity, which is the very foundation of modern gravity. He said that Einstein's relativity work is a magnificent mathematical garb which fascinates, dazzles, and makes people blind to the underlying errors. The theory is like a beggar clothed in purple, whom ignorant people take for a king. Its exponents are brilliant men, but they are metaphysicists rather than scientists.
That is such a true statement.
It's a biblical statement.
And that's actually what the globe is based upon, guys. This is the sutra, you can say, that the anti-flat earthers live by. Let me have a gullible audience say the biggest shit they can be, but because I say science and it works with consensus of our belief system, they're so stupid they're going to just take it as fact.
That's right.
It's amazing what indoctrination does to a person. Makes them...
She blinded me with science!
Because it confirms their own beliefs. They're so willing to accept it just because it confirms what they believe anyway. So it's like, oh yeah, you was right.
We can take this analogy sort of like to flat earth. It's like going out in a party and drinking yourself business, and you see this beautiful woman or man, and you think, wow, this person's like so hot. End up taking on a date, and the next day you're gonna phone them and say, you guys want to have a date again? Because now you're sober, you got the numbers. And you end up going and meeting them at the restaurant, and you can't find the person, and you're like, where's the person? You phone them and say, and they pick up the phone. You see but that doesn't look like the person I met last night. We can analogously say this was us at the Globies when we were a globe believer. We were that drunk person looking at the globe as this beautiful woman or man or whatever, and everything that person said, everything that person said was like, oh yeah, hanging on the tip of the tongue, like just, yeah, you're so beautiful, everything is saying is awesome. But that when you wake up, you realize you're not the person I realized you were. I was blind. Why? Because I was drunk, just like you were drunk on the globe. So we're not drunk on the globe anymore, we sobered up, and we realized the globe is just an old, pitiful lie of a disingenuous guy dressed up as a woman.
Sorry.
If that's an analogy.
That's a very interesting way of explaining it.
So that's why I say, once you go flat, you never go back.
Absolutely.
Yeah, true. When you truly go, right? Because there's people that say it.
Yeah, that's why I'm very skeptic when it comes to people saying, oh, they're ex-flat earthers. Rach included. Because we've actually been talking this for a while about Rachel, actually. We've been calling this for a long time, actually, saying she's acting really weird, and got wrenches on all the Globe channels, always hanging out there. That's what we're saying. It's really weird, but we called this.
Is she actually declaring that now, then?
No, it sounds so. Like she's a Globie all of a sudden again.
Okay.
Yet, we haven't seen any reason that she would make herself a Globie. But like I said, I'd like to have a conversation with her without being disrespectful or rude or anything, just to find out her space on why she decided to go back to the beloved Globe, you could say.
Ranty, yeah.
Yeah, Ranty. Ranty, we all know why he doesn't do flat earth things anymore, because he is still actually a flat earther.
Yeah, of course.
He was paid out, guys, that's all.
Yeah, he did some good observations in that, and it was only just before he did some good observations. I think was it the lighthouse or something? I can't remember. And that was only that was like a month or so before he turned. But
look at it this way, right? Ranty definitely was a real flat earther. Okay, he got paid out. That's why it caught him so emotionally. Look, after when he turned to the Globe again, how much weight he all of a sudden lost. He was looking very depressed for quite a while.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
you had a bit for a bit, didn't you?
Even had
with
to make even had to make
Is that the guy with the real thick glasses and the yellow hair?
He even had to make a stream where he said gas pressure doesn't require containment 1,000 times, because he had to try and get it into his head. You know, he had to indoctrinate himself again, all over again. Well, it seems it didn't work. That's why he doesn't do any flat earth content anymore. I don't even know if his channel even still going on, by the way.
He used to do observations that would debunk that Blackpool observation, and that's what turned him. Yeah, it must have been the money. You know what I mean?
And then you get people like STC that you can see from the start he was never a flat earther. I mean, I showed you his so-called flat earth videos. It was dismal at best.
Right. Do you remember Brandon's show, Ryan? No.
Yeah.
I'm saying no.
Brandon, I think so.
Do you remember Brandon's show? Brandon Toy.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I did or not. But
anyway,
I'd have to see it again.
That was Ranty's channel before Brandon. Anyway, no, it's just in case you knew him.
Yeah.
So, Ranty had kind of like curly hair. I don't know if he ever wore glasses. I never seen him wear glasses.
Oh, I just remember seeing a couple of guys that had real thick glasses, and they were heavy set kind of guy, and he kind of had reddish, like yellow hair. I don't know. Maybe it was some kind of a joke, or it was some kind of a goof on it. But
he does have reddish hair, and he is heavy set, and curly hair. But I've never seen him wear glasses. Maybe he did. But you used to have a back and forth.
Oh, this guy had like Coke bottle glasses on, so it must be a completely different person. Yeah, sorry about that.
When he turned back to the Globe for Flatzoid, you had a little back and forth with them, didn't you? With the demonstration for Blackpool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's sad though.
Yeah.
So even in Tesla's time, this theory, or in Einstein's time, there were brilliant minds questioning it then as well. And when you take into account that the Earth doesn't have the necessary rate of drop that should exist, then that throws off.
Yeah, because I have to say again, also what bothered me with Rachel though is how much times have I invited her to come and talk, and she would always have an excuse. But she would go and talk on other channels like FTFE and McToon and whatever.
That's right.
But wouldn't come talk on
That's
my
because
show.
they won't mute her and stuff. They'll make sure she gets to speak.
So I found that really weird. Because I've invited her many times and then she just says no, she can't, or it's too late or whatever. And then once my stream's ended, she goes on someone else's stream. It's weird.
Off all the math for the rest of the model, honestly.
So, if I can just really quickly, Tesla believed in a lot of really weird stuff, right? In depth rays, in like free energy, like he believed in a lot of weird stuff. Okay,
he fell in love with the pigeon.
And Isaac Newton believed in alchemy. Okay, just because these guys were right about some things doesn't mean that
Einstein banged his cousin. So what?
Yeah, why attack a person's character when you're supposed to attack his argument?
Yeah. That's what.
Thank you. Thank you, Lumpy Gas, for a $2 super chat. Really appreciate it. It says, Raichi is and was a hack fake FE. So far, it looks more and more that way, mate.
Thing. And to say it's like kind of like an appeal to authority. Oh, Tesla said it, therefore it must be true.
And if we're gonna do it, Tesla.
Oh yeah, appeal to authority. Who said about the equivalence principle? Einstein, correct? So therefore appeal to authority with Einstein. Or what about your globe? Yeah, it's really crazy. Thank you very much, Godzilla 37 for your $5 super chat. He says, wow, you're still on overtime pay. Thank you very, very much, mate. Yeah, we're going to end in 15 minutes. I decided to have a bit extra long stream tonight just to say thank you, because wow, it's going on hectic. But thank you very, very much. You appreciate all the support. But yeah, these guys are just hypocrites, actually. Because they appeal to authority constantly for their globe. Yet now they want to say he's appealing to authority because he says Nikola Tesla. Really? By the way, Nikola Tesla was a glober. Thank you, Godzilla 37. Been a member for 10 months and a free one just to say hi, Skip. Really appreciate it.
Flat.
Yeah.
Did you just say Tesla was a glober?
Yeah.
No, I don't think he was.
Don't you think so?
No, I don't think he was.
That'd be interesting.
Because a lot of his inventions and stuff were based on a lot of based on the world being flat.
That's interesting.
So, right? So, I have his entire collection of all of his inventions. Like his whole book. Like
yeah, but did he ever claim it to be flat? But did he ever claim it to be flat? That's the thing.
Did he? Actually, I think he did probably state that at one point, but he did. He was trying to keep because of all of his inventions that kept on getting passed over, and because it wasn't going to make people money, he was getting angry. And if he said anything that pertained to what the consensus was, being the world, being the globe, he didn't want that to also go against them.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, we're not unlike Tesla because we're dealing with the same stuff, right?
I would agree with that, and I agree with that more now because what I'm reading on screen, just because it comes from Flat Earth WS. This page is one of the most idiotic globe pages you can find on the internet. He says Nikola Tesla was not a flat earther. Nikola Tesla was a genuine physicist, engineer, and inventor. He knew very well that the Earth is a rotating sphere, gravity exists, stars are very far, planets and not stars, etc. Flat Earthers often claimed Nikola Tesla as their own, as if he believed in the flat Earth. Now, just because this guy says this, I agree with you, he's a flat earther.
Yeah.
Because this channel, this thing, it's the most idiotic thing I've ever seen. So let's see what his explanations are. Some examples. In his writing, The Disturbing Influence of Solar Radiation on the Wireless Transmission of Energy, there is an illustration showing a spherical Earth. That looks like a flat Earth to me. Does that not look like a flat Earth, you guys?
Yeah, it looks like the upturned edges one.
I was going to say, does it look like a snow globe?
I think he's referring to the one on the left there. But the thing is, though, he had to explain things people would kind of understand it based on consensus stuff. So he was not trying to come out as that.
Exactly, but like you said, what do you think would have happened if he did come out as a flat earther? It would have been even worse for him.
Exactly, things would have been even worse for him. They already were bad.
Yep.
They would have been way worse.
Exactly.
They would have killed him sooner.
Yeah, you get ridiculed as a flat earther.
Yeah, I think so.
Thank you very much for your $2 super chat, Skeptic. Really appreciate it. It says, right on Lumpy. At Bible U, polio is done for today. Polio gets done for every day just opening his mouth.
Yeah.
So yeah, he just says because he draws a sphere, therefore glober. No.
Did I see Simon Dans and McToon's name in there somewhere? There's a one.
Flats, just because you drew a circle, that means you believe in the globe.
Is it?
Come on.
You better be careful from now on.
Stupid.
That is stupid.
It's on other sites. I see it. It's other sites that mention McToon and Simon Dunn and that.
You know what's really odd about Nikola Tesla, though? Globies want to always disown him. Why is that then? Why do the Globes always want to disown Nikola Tesla? Yeah.
Makes no sense.
If he was such a globy, brilliant globy, then why do they want to disown him?
His science was flat Earth based. If
just like Jeff said, yeah. But actually, all science is flat Earth based. If you think about it, it starts off with horizontal references for everything and stationary.
Totally thought the Earth was round.
Yeah. And then, oh man, I had a point. If I remember it, sorry, I'll come back to it. I forgot what I was going to mention about gravity.
Oh,
you made it
that's a
funny.
shame
Now I
that,
can't
you
think
forgot
straight.
your thought there. Anybody else have any thoughts before we move on? All right, let's move on.
I got lots of
everybody.
them.
Keep those super chats coming in. We super appreciate them. Let's see. We have the next one coming in here.
Oh, wait. Can I jump in on it? I remembered what I was going to say.
Go for it.
Okay, Mike, you were saying that density and buoyancy can account for this, but okay, if you have like a vacuum chamber, right, and you have an object...
A vacuum chamber? Oh, containment again.
Yeah, that'd be a container.
Okay, should be interesting.
In the middle of it, and so in every single direction, it's going to be the same density, right?
So gas moves in all directions, not go down, go boom, boom.
Yep.
Did they go to a different college or a different high school than we did?
This is sad.
Up, down, right, left, it's the same density all surrounding that object. So why is it that the object goes down? Why is there that specific direction of movement down when the density is equal in all directions?
Simple.
It's because of an electric ground.
Or because you picked it up. You've put energy into the system. It didn't go up by itself, did it? Why, when I let go of a helium balloon, does it go up and not down?
Maybe they'll just call it
Or
refraction.
somebody took the helium down and brought it down here and put it in the balloon.
These guys are dumb. But you see, that's the thing is, if I pick up my mouse, okay, I had to burn calories to pick up this mouse. I put energy into the system, okay?
Yeah.
It's denser than the air around it. If I let it go, why would you expect it to use more energy to go up more? I used energy to pick it up. So it's going to now go back to its relative equilibrium. It's as simple as that. It wouldn't go up because it takes more energy to move it up. It wouldn't go left to right because it's not the relative position it was picked up from. It's heavier than the air around it. The air cannot support it. It's not hard to understand.
Since it's a liquid, it gets out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what goes back to the not the electromagnetic spectrum, but it has to do with the magnetic draw of the Earth. There's a negative charge on the surface of the Earth. There's a positive charge in the sky. And we know that all matter has either a negative, a positive, or a neutral charge to it. So that would indicate its direction. It's the same way. Okay, so let me...
Oh, Richie G, try telling this to Dell. Don't you know? Moving causes moving. How dare you? You're just retarded.
Yeah,
how dare
you?
Is this waffling shite, man? Like shite waffler.
It definitely sounds like that character on The Simpsons.
Yeah, but think about it. The guy is such a hypocrite. Why don't anybody want to come and talk to me? We get some progress. You know, nobody wants to talk to me. You're just cowards. You're retards. But look what happens when I do come on. He kicks me off. He doesn't respond to me. Doesn't let me talk, and just retards me the whole time.
Oh, I thought you were going to get stuck in that voice.
The guy's an idiot. Thank you, Norman. Thank you very much for coming. Really appreciate you coming. We're going to end now in 5 minutes anyway as well. I do need sleep. I am tired. But I do appreciate you coming.
Wait, before you go on.
Experiment. Let me give you a real life experiment.
But I don't need you to do that. I can respond.
Oh, let me give you a real life experiment. I don't need you to do that. Wow. So he can back up his claims, and you're telling him you don't need to do that?
Because he doesn't want to hear it, because he's too angry holding on to his precious little ball.
Well, technically, they already know the truth, right? I mean, aren't we all convinced that they know it?
Yeah, I still think Dal is just a gatekeeper.
Groundskeeper Willie from The Simpsons.
Yeah, exactly. I can't believe it! I'm gonna kill all you damn kids, you're all dead!
Yeah. There we go.
Great.
Oreo. Quickly get some wheelie. Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Great to be able to superimpose Willie's face onto Dell for one of his streams.
I'm a maniac, that's for sure. And I'm dancing like I've never danced before.
Now I can just see.
You gotta roll that tongue real long, dude.
Now I can just see Dell say, I'm an idiot, that's for sure.
That's the stuff.
Yeah. That's the stuff. Retard.
What you said, I understand what you're saying, but if we did that same thing in a Faraday cage, or like what, like
I don't even think this guy knows what a Faraday cage does.
What the hell is? What does that got to do with the?
Well, yeah, what has it got to do with
The Faraday cage would
Oh,
still
he
be
thinks because there's a field that would cause it to change. Now I don't know about that.
He doesn't.
Faraday cage to do with the electricity.
The Faraday cage still has the.
Faraday cage is basically something that'll block signal, like radio signal
Yeah,
or
but
microwave.
it just deflects it around the cage. That's all. It's still got the same signal. Still got the same.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I agree with you.
It just takes it around the cage. But I mean, this idiot doesn't get. He's talking about the Earth. So the Earth in itself is magnetic. You understand? So sticking a Faraday cage in Earth is not going to change the magnetic field on Earth. Idiot.
I would suggest there might be a Faraday cage around the Earth.
Oh wow.
Oh.
So what do you guys have to say before we close off?
Yeah.
The world still looks flat to me.
Still flat.
I can make that Willy picture. I just need a picture of that guy's face.
No, here we go.
That would be great.
Oh, Dal. That would be great, yeah.
Send me a picture. I don't remember his channel name.
Beyond the Imaginary Curve.
Yeah, Beyond the Imaginary Curve.
Or you should get it on my channel as well. You'll see
Oh,
it
yeah.
there. So, did we get any globe evidence?
We didn't. We did not.
You got loads of trolls.
Yeah.
It's true.
About it.
You got loads of super chats.
Thank you.
And Vicky did her part in time in the moat.
She did.
Thank you very much for the $10 super chat, Skeptic. Godzilla is ace. I concur. Godzilla is ace. Thank you very, very much for the super chat.
Do you know Vicky's evidence for flat Earth? Because Globers are idiots.
No, I don't. No, they're really horrible people.
Wow, look at this list. Look at this list. This is the most I've ever got. Check at this.
That's brilliant, man.
Oh, wow.
Oh come on, Matthew Learns is the nicest Glober I ever.
Really? Thank you very much for the super chats, guys. You guys are
Well, he is. He has a way of you not wanting to hate him because he's not aggressive at all, but it doesn't mean he's right.
Exactly.
I no longer identify as a Glober. They're horrible.
Okay, I'm making a picture now. Just a second.
Okay, we'll look at the picture then we'll end. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's good to But yeah,
we're gonna have to get Dislodge's face at some point. We're gonna have to get a look at him.
yeah. I mean,
oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, he sits there and does